Now, top half of the sixth inning, Detroit and Cleveland are all tied at 1. Of course, the Tigers have a 1-game-to-none lead in that best-of-3 series. Dallas Cowboys have signed wide receiver Paris Campbell to their practice squad. Campbell signed with the Cowboys for training camp, suffered an MCL sprain during camp, but he's seemingly recovered and will return to Dallas.
This SportsCenter update brought to you by Twin Peaks.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
And it's the best day of the week, Minix.
It's not Friday.
Hump day! Hump day!
Hump day!
Hope everybody's having a great hump day out there. We certainly are. And we appreciate you stopping by here. The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix.
For the record, the best day of the week, work week, would be Friday. Saturday's probably the best day of the week.
All right. You gotta have something to get you through, though.
Sunday during the, that's alcohol, NFL is a great day. But if you were to poll most people, I think Saturday would be the best day of the week.
Well, that may have to be a poll today. Can we do that?
We can do what the hell we want.
We can.
Seems kind of like a lame poll.
See,
but
I just like.
You like saying hump.
Well, I like saying hump. That is true. But I mean, it's just something to get you through. You had Monday and Tuesday. You got through that. Now, this Monday was a lot of fun because we had our golf tournament. So it was no problem. We get through Tuesday. Now, it's hump day. We're about ready to slide right into the weekend. Best day of the week. Best day of the week. Best work day of the week. How about that?
Again, Friday is the best work day, although my Fridays are the longest day because of high school football. Which, again, I love doing. But you do spend 10 and a half hours inside of a high school football stadium press box.
Eating suspect Frito pies.
Yeah, it was last week, but this week we're at Gus. Gus Stadium has legendary Frito pie.
Legendary.
Well, that's what they tell me.
That's it. Well, they were the winners last year, weren't they?
And they were not.
Oh.
Alamo Heights was the winner last year.
Well, see, I don't know if that's fair because they have Wagyu chili, I'm sure.
They really don't have Wagyu. They should. It is Alamo Heights.
Well, they should. Wagyu Frito pie.
Mm-hmm.
It should be a thing. They can charge a little extra for it.
I'd pay.
You don't pay anyway. John Robbins pays.
Well, see, that's not necessarily true either.
It is true.
No, I pay John.
Uh-huh.
I give John cash, although I think last week he just went.
Uh-huh.
Or what was the week the elevator didn't work? He just showed up. But he gets a Frito pie fund at the beginning of the year, and then I'm buying whatever he's getting as well.
Wait a minute. He gets a Frito pie fund? So what do you do? Slip him 100 or something at the beginning of the year?
It takes care of the season.
I got you. Okay.
It might be a 20. Right. I don't know. I mean, it's like, John, do you need money? Nope, I still got from last week. Whatever, right?
Wow, he's an honest dude. I'd need money every week.
Well, of course you would.
I
because
would.
you're not an honest guy. I choose my friends wisely. Right? But the Frito Pie Fund, but he also, whatever he wants, too. Although we should work that in. I mean, not only do you get to work with me, you get to buy my Frito pie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that wouldn't work.
No.
I
don't think anybody's going for that.
Yeah, including me.
They say, no, that ain't worth it.
Yeah. Or, the end-of-year barbecue that we do, the beer fund when we meet out. So it all, would you rather pay for a Frito pie or a bucket of beers?
A bucket of beers.
You would rather pay for the bucket of beers?
Well, I would because I'm going to get to partake in that. Well, I'm not eating your Frito pie.
But again, you buy a Frito pie for me, and I'm buying buckets of beer for you.
Oh, I see. Okay,
I mean, clearly,
I see where you're going with that.
Another one that just right over your head.
But you get some of that beer, so it's like you're buying it for yourself. You're just sharing with everybody else.
Sharing is caring.
What? I'm just saying, dude. I think Robbins is getting the short end of this stick here.
I don't.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to respond, isn't it?
No.
You're a dumb butt.
You're not calculating the expense of a concession stand versus a bar bill. Would you rather pick up the tab at the concession stand or pick up the tab at the bar?
Well, with you and Robbins and
Yes.
Pledge, yeah, definitely at the Frito pie stand.
There you go.
Yeah.
So John is getting the right end of the stick.
Poor John, man. He's got to walk.
What do you mean, poor
He's got to go get everything. He should make a delivery charge. He should do all of that stuff.
He's not DoorDash.
Well, I mean, he should be.
Again, he makes up for it in beer and barbecue.
Beer and barbecue.
Sure.
All right. Hey, if you know what, if he's okay with that, then I got nothing to say about it.
20 years that he's been doing this, give or take. I think if he felt like he wasn't getting the right end of the deal, he wouldn't show up on a Friday night.
There's this. Although he does get paid, right? I mean, he's not doing it out of the kindness of his heart.
If you saw what the guy was getting paid, it is out of the kindness of his heart.
Well, I work here, so I understand.
Yes. It's basically a volunteer job.
I get it.
With gas money.
Yeah.
And Frito pie money.
Yeah, well, you know, it could be worse. Could be a lot worse. Frito pie. Pledge did make a poll, by the way.
Of course. Really?
Good job, Pledge. Very good job.
Let's see. What is the poll?
I took a poll.
What day of the week is the best? Wednesday, Saturday, Friday, Sunday.
Right now, Friday's leading the way.
No love for Thursdays?
No, or Sunday.
Well, Sunday's right there at the bottom.
I know, but it's 0%.
Well, but Thursday doesn't even make the poll.
But Sunday's only the best day of the week about 6 months of the year.
Well, okay. Yeah, that could be. Although, I don't know, Sundays are pretty good all year round.
Yeah, you know, Sunday in the spring ain't nothing to do. You can hit a golf course.
You go hit a golf course. You can Sunday fun day somewhere.
But I mainly put it on there because of football.
Oh, okay.
I got you. All right.
Well, right now, Friday and Saturday are tied at 41%. Hump Day gets 18%, and Sunday's got a donut.
You know, everybody likes
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Hump Day.
Hump Day?
Dude, let me ask you a question. Did you see the Yankees last night?
Why are you asking Pledge?
What, did he see it?
Well, of course he did.
Bases loaded, bottom of the ninth, nobody out. They don't score one run.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wonder, at least in this wild card round, you see the teams that are in there. I'm sorry, but the Dodgers, they may have the best hitters in the league, but they better score 10 runs a game.
Mm-hmm.
Their bullpen is trash.
Mm-hmm.
Just plain trash.
They do lead the series 1-0.
I know they do, but they're the Dallas Cowboys of Major League Baseball. You got to score a lot of runs and hope.
Yeah, they have a recent trophy.
Shohei Ohtani's pretty good.
That guy's not bad.
Yeah, he's
I'd bet on him.
Well, I don't know if he would bet on it. That dude, he doesn't have his guy anymore. He's in jail.
He would still bet. You know, it was weird that it's always a great day when the Yankees lose, but that also meant the Red Sox won.
Yeah, either way, it kind of sucks either way.
You know, Padres and Cubs. Go Cubs.
Go Pods. I'm already getting hell on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. David Macias over there, I guess is he a closet Cubs fan, a bandwagon Cubs fan? What are you, David? Let's start calling these guys out.
I'm not sure what you're talking about with Macias.
Well, he's a Cubs fan.
How do you know?
Well, I can see it right here. And he was giving me hell yesterday. Go Cubs, go. Hey, hump the Padres.
Oh.
Hump Day?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland and Detroit tied at 1. Detroit can wrap this thing up today.
Hump the Padres.
Hump.
I mean,
that sounds like a scandal.
Well, that's daddy.
It's almost like listening to these WNBA players and,
oh my gosh,
you know, with their innuendo jokes.
She's someone that I believe could be on a all-defensive team because she's doing a lot that doesn't show up on the stat sheet, like you said. The way that she can just get her hands on balls. As a woman with a wife.
And Becky Hammond's losing it right there.
Oh, she is.
That was hilarious. Asia Wilson talking about Chelsea Gray's ability to get her hand on balls.
I think it was hands.
Hands.
Balls.
Mm-hmm.
Hands and balls.
She's a woman with a wife.
Well,
and she knew what was. She started losing it as.
Sometimes you can't hold things back.
No,
and they gotta come out. It did, but that was worth the laugh. Just seeing Becky Hammond laugh. Seeing Becky Hammond laugh as hard as she did, that was hilarious. A lot of turmoil going on in the WNBA right now.
There is.
Yeah, a lot of drama happening. Nobody likes the commissioner of that league.
No, and this everything that you've heard the last couple of days seems like she's the worst commissioner, but they just got a new TV deal. But at the same time, I'm hearing this. I'm watching First Take this morning, and Mad Dog says he doesn't watch the sport and then just goes off about everything that's wrong with it. And Mana McNutt's on TV like, I'm just going to hit you, right? But it almost feels WWE. Let's create something for a look at me, because everybody, as the WNBA finals get started, Caitlin is out. The other blonde one is out, and
she's out, all right.
Have you?
Have you seen the most recent pictures?
I have not.
Cow.
Have you? I mean, ratings apparently are low. Nobody's watching. Nobody's talking about the WNBA. So let's stir up some controversy right before the finals and get everybody talking about it. And the commissioner's like, "I'll be the heel." It just almost feels like the perfect storm. Her response. But we're talking about it. Every show is talking about how bad the commissioner is, and guess what? The WNBA finals are about to get started.
I would agree with you, but I think all season they've been talking about how bad the officiating is, and so it has evolved into that there's no leadership in the WNBA.
True, but nobody is cared that officiating is bad, because show me a sport where people aren't bitching about officiating.
Well, Caitlin Clark's had a groin issue for about 6 months now, and I don't know what caused that. Was that bad officiating? Too physical to play? I don't know, but she needs to be on the floor.
Well, she does, and we may or may not watch, but I just felt like, man, there's a whole lot going on right now leading up to the WNBA finals.
Well, they're smart then, because you don't have Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark going back and forth.
Yeah,
you got to have something. I'm all for it. A little girl drama.
I like the fifth grade humor that we saw there from Asia Wilson, because I laugh too.
She gets her hands on balls.
Well, she does.
She does.
She does.
Play's about to pull the trigger in there on something, and I didn't know what it was.
He hesitated.
He did. He did.
I mean, his finger was right there on the button.
Lollygagging.
And he went lollygagging.
Oh.
As she would say, wrong button.
We got a lot to talk about today. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about today. We're going to start out talking some Aggie football. Because Mike Elko made an appearance on the Morning Huddle this morning with AJ and Rob, and had some things to say about his quarterback. Now, was Marcel Reed being harassed or criticized for his performance last week?
Yeah, he struggles throwing against the zone and man coverages.
But he's leading the Heisman race, so, I mean,
It doesn't mean he's perfect.
Ah, I see. Okay. Well, we'll hear from Mike Elko on his quarterback and a couple of other things as well when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is October. It's a Wednesday. We've got Thursday night football tomorrow, and then, of course, the weekend to be here. So make sure you're playing on Underdog, the best place to get in all the action this season. Make your picks, win money right here in Texas. Love playing on Underdog, because all you got to do is go higher or lower on stats. And you start going through all the stats. And what this player, see what the projected stat is, higher or lower. This one, higher or lower. Touchdowns, receptions, passing yards. Again, if Sunday, Justin Fields, I know it's Justin Fields, higher on the passing yards because it's going against the Cowboys defense. Download the Underdog app. Sign up with promo code STAR to score $100 in bonus funds or entries when you play your first $5. Again, promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday at noon, the Cowboys are in the Garden State of New Jersey, taking on the New York Jets at MetLife Stadium. Pre-game starts at 11. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam. You like that? How about them Cowboys? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
This episode is brought to you by PrizePicks. You and I make decisions every day, but on PrizePicks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this football season on PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. When you're a Dallas Cowboy fan, you might not get a lot of wins, but the players, they're still playing. Which ones are overhyped, which ones aren't, you know that. Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your takes into cash. It is so good to be right. You know, last week following the Cowboys, Dak Prescott, the season isn't great, but Dak's throwing for numbers. I keep following. I love what's going on with Dak, and I would keep following the more than as we keep going through the season. PrizePicks is the only app that offers stacks, meaning you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. You love CeeDee Lamb, you love Saquon Barkley, you can play him 3 different ways. And whether it's a friend or a celebrity partner or just someone whose picks you like, hit the follow button and check out every lineup they create. It's a new feed there on PrizePicks. Listen, it feels great to be right, and being right on PrizePicks means money. Download the PrizePicks app today and use the code ALAMO to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. This is code ALAMO to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it's good to be right.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hi, I got hurt in Iraq, but I don't know if it's really worth getting an attorney.
Don't worry, you called the right place.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7, and you don't pay unless we win. We recently secured a jury verdict for $210 million in a wrongful death case. So if you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com. Auto repair bills are through the roof. $3,000 to replace the transmission. $4,000 for a blown engine. And if your manufacturer's warranty is expired, you'll have to cover it all out of pocket. You need an Endurance Auto Protection Plan. No matter what the mileage, if your car is under 20 years old, Endurance can get you covered on the engine, electrical system, transmission, AC, drivetrain, and more. Endurance has plans for any budget. Repairs can be done at the certified mechanic of your choice, and they're paid directly with no middleman. Plans cover 24/7 roadside assistance, towing, battery jumps, fuel deliveries, tire changes, lockout services, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Act now and get our elite benefits, including complete tire care and key fob replacement. A $2,000 value at no extra cost. With Endurance, you could never pay for covered auto repairs again, so call now for your free quote. Call 800-461-9096. 800-461-9096. 800-461-9096.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I'm a plumber and needed to get work in the door.
So business was going down the drain?
Yeah, I went to Staples. They printed yard signs, business cards, even flyers to leave at supply stores.
But at what cost, man?
Well, I saved $125 on my order, and now I'm booked solid. Boom!
Back at ya. For your business printing, Staples.
That was easy.
Now save up to $125 on custom print orders. Valid in-store and online. Ends 11/1. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
We love high school football and a team you can always count on. Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. Quartermoon is here to tackle the toughest challenges, from plumbing mishaps to AC troubles, with the same dedication and passion that drives a winning touchdown. Our playbook is simple: fair prices, expert service, and a commitment to local families. Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, your winning solution for a comfortable home. Proudly serving our community with local hospitality. From the penthouse to the outhouse to the schoolhouse, call Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC.
License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Uh-oh. The Padres get one in the top half of the first inning.
Uh-oh.
Cubs are in trouble.
Yeah.
I think it started that way yesterday, too, and it didn't turn out too well for the San Diego Padres. But we'll see what happens today. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe. He's Jason. And, boy, a lot to talk about, a lot going on. The Aggies, I hate to say big game, but it is kind of with Mississippi State because they're a little bit better this year than they have been.
Well, they are, and it's at home for Texas A&M.
Seems like every game for Texas A&M's at home.
Well, they got 3 in a row.
Holy cow.
But when you look at it and you think about you had the win over Notre Dame, you have a win over Auburn, you can't slip against Mississippi State. And they've done a really good job in the portal. So what team is coming in? But for A&M, you think about all of it, the defense. Last week, Auburn didn't convert a third down.
No.
And Mike Elko was on the morning huddle this morning with Rob and AJ and talked about the defense coming up big like they did.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a mind shift as much as it just was better execution. I think obviously it starts with pressure in the quarterback. We were able to do that a little bit better. It starts with creating some indecision on where he's going with the football. I think we're getting more and more comfortable with what we're trying to do schematically in those areas, and we just played better. I mean, it's a lot of times as a fan or as a broadcaster, you want this to be this big magic answer. The reality is we just went out there and we played better, and that's kind of what we're capable of. We felt like that internally, that's what we were capable of, and now we want to just see that be our consistent approach moving forward.
Well, it's interesting. And look, I'll say this up front. I think Mike Elko was, it's turning out to be, certainly he was the right guy for the job. He's doing a great job just with the culture there and changing that. The defense, I got to see some more. I need a bigger sample size because Notre Dame scored at will. Obviously, the Aggies did as well. And that defense has not been good so far up until last weekend. I want to see a better sample size. I think they have the offense to score some points, and they get that defense in shape. They might be tough for anybody.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of the opposite. I think the defense has been solid, and
really,
I mean, are they the wrecking crew yet? No, but what they did to Auburn, and quite frankly. Now, granted, Notre Dame, my expectations offensively, they're pretty damn good. My question is still on Marcel Reed. Now, I questioned him all offseason. They have stayed with Marcel Reed. He is proving to this point to be the right decision. But still there are some throws, like he missed somebody so wide open against UTSA, like, see, right? And but he has made some big throws. I thought AJ asked Mike Elko a really good question this morning about when Marcel Reed struggles and it's against zone coverage.
No, I think he just has to have confidence in himself and the receivers. I think some of the man coverage is, the windows are a little bit smaller. They feel a little bit tighter. I think sometimes quarterbacks think they're going to get these, guys breaking open with 4 yards of separation. That's not going to happen in man coverage. And so I think some of it is just getting him confident and comfortable and trusting himself to put the ball into the spots that he knows he can.
See, that's interesting. This is his second year, is it not? I know last year was kind of back and forth until he finally won the job. And I guess I could see that, and I'll give him another year to get comfortable and put the ball in certain spots. I'm not sold on him yet either.
A&M's ranked number 6 in the nation.
They are.
He's in the Heisman conversation.
Sure.
To say you're not sold, and I'm that way. I mean, I'm buying in because I thought the Aggies would use all their monies on a big-time quarterback. That Mateer guy that ended up in Norman, I thought could end up in College Station. I mean, there were plenty of quarterbacks that were available, and A&M believed in their guy, and he is proving the coaching staff right to stay with them. Undefeated and ranked in the top 10. That's nothing to sneeze at. What more does he have to do to get somebody sold that isn't necessarily sold yet? I'm buying in. Does he struggle at times? Well, show me a quarterback that doesn't miss a throw. But he's playing with confidence. I appreciated what sounded like a really honest answer from a coach on where he's struggling and what they can do to get him better. That was a really insightful answer from Mike Elko.
I totally agree with that. And I don't know. I got to see more because, look, we're talking about what? UTSA, Utah State. They did beat Notre Dame. I'm not sure Notre Dame is the Notre Dame that we're used to, but I'd give them that's a hell of a win on the road.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take anything away from them on that. And then Auburn, and that was an ugly football game. I mean, it was an ugly football game. It was defensive. It was
SEC beauty.
Well, perhaps. So let's see. You got Mississippi State. Okay, let's play somebody in the SEC.
I mean, Mississippi State rolls in at 4-1.
Well, they are, and they gave Tennessee a hell of a game, and they're better. This could be a hell of a football game. I'm just not there yet. I'm not there yet on the University of Texas. I still think I don't know if they're as good as we all thought that they would be. Now they're about to prove it. They've had 3 cupcakes in a row, and now you're going to Florida, a Florida team that is a wounded animal too. But you are going to the swamp. So, then they've got Oklahoma after that. So Texas, that story's yet to be written. And I feel the same way about Texas A&M.
Well, the beauty is the calendar today flipped to October. There's a lot of football left.
There is.
And September is generally full of cupcakes. I look at a Marcel Reed. He's thrown for over 1,000 yards already, 9 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. He's playing good football. That Aggie defense is playing good football. October, my Aggie friends that suffer badly from battered Aggie syndrome hate this month.
Rob Thompson?
Yes. And again, they got, a stretch of 3 straight home games. They can stack some wins because the way the college football playoff is now, if and when the setback happens, that ugly loss, how did that happen? But I know Mike Elko talked about battered Aggie syndrome at the coaches' night deal here in San Antonio before the season kicked off a couple weeks ago. Rob brought it up, and he was like, that's old, man. This is new. He's trying to change that. Well, now you got Texas A&M ranked number 6 in the country. Number 6. Couple of good weeks of everybody telling you how great you are. You look at this game on Saturday night, 6:30, a game you can listen to right here on 94.1. The Aggies are a 14.5-point favorite. They're the favorites. And you know what? Mike Elko has no problem with that.
We want to be relevant. I think that more than anything,
Rob too,
is really, really important. No, it's like you get into these opportunities, and everyone talks about like, oh, rat poison and this, that, and the other. And the reality of it is you get into these seasons to be competitive for the playoffs, to be competitive for the SEC title, and with that is going to come positive praise, and you just need to learn how to handle that. But I certainly don't want to flip it and put ourselves in a position where nobody's talking about us or we're not winning games and we're not in those spotlights. And so, we were able to get into that spotlight last year through 3 quarters of the season. We didn't finish it the right way. We're doing what we need to do to put ourselves back into those positions. And I think we're a more well-versed team on how to handle the finish of this thing.
I agree with that. I think a year, especially with the quarterback and some of the other positions. So Mississippi State, Florida, Arkansas is what's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Any of that strike fear into you? If you're an Aggie fan, I mean, sincerely.
Well, I don't want to
maybe
sound like
Mississippi State, but Florida is certainly not playing well. Arkansas just got their bells rung by Notre Dame.
And fired their coach.
Uh-huh.
We'll see how that works out.
The toughest game's coming up October 25th at LSU.
Yeah. And again, if they're 7-0 rolling into that game, that's a difference maker. And that's, the fear of Aggies. You talk about scare and, to go all pop, having the appropriate fear is there. But I think this Aggie team should be undefeated rolling into that game against LSU.
Well, you would think so. And I think of the 3 that I just mentioned, Mississippi State, Florida, Arkansas, you got to believe that Mississippi State might be the toughest of the 3.
Well, Florida,
Florida.
Well, I mean,
what's Florida done?
Well, again, Who does Texas play this week?
Florida.
And what did you just say about Florida and Texas?
I want to see how Texas plays against, I don't know, a real football team. We saw them at the beginning of the year, and they got beat. Then they had 3 cupcakes. Now I want to see, and no offense to UTSA. I just no offense, UTSA. I'm just saying the 3 teams that they were supposed to beat.
Okay. So the Ohio State game and how well they played against the national champions.
Uh-huh.
And you look at what Ohio State has done since that game. No confidence in that?
They haven't played anybody, Ohio State, have they?
Sure.
Look, all I'm saying is it started SEC, and the story's yet to be written in my mind. I'm not going to crown Texas.
In everybody's mind.
I'm not going to crown Texas or even Texas A&M at this point in time. You give them their flowers for going up to Notre Dame and beating Notre Dame. Yes, that was a huge win, great for the program. But there's still a lot of road to be traveled, and I just don't think the story is written. We're just in chapter 2.
Well, no, I mean, nobody thinks a story is written, but you do like to jump ahead. I mean, it's so comical how you'll project on some things but refuse to look past your nose on others.
What projections? Give me an example of that. I'm just saying. Look, what we love to do in this country when we talk sports is we crown people.
No, nobody's crowned anybody.
Whoa. Well, let's get out of college. Green Bay was a Super Bowl champion in a lot of people's minds after 2 games.
The Super Bowl
they're
going
to win the Super. They're the best. No. I heard, and I think I heard it in this radio station, somebody say, Green Bay, they're going to the Super Bowl. That's it.
Who said that?
Well, I'm not going to name names.
Who?
Rob Thompson. I'm not going to name names.
Oh, Rob? Rob?
You don't do. What are you dismissing what Rob says?
I will there.
Look, Texas A&M should win their next 3 games. They should. Mississippi State, Florida, both of those games at College Station, and then Arkansas is terrible. They have no identity. So, yeah, they should win those, and they should be undefeated when they head to Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
That's Baton Rouge.
Is that where that is?
Baton Rouge, y'all.
Uh-huh.
I can't do a Cajun accent. Give me some gumbo.
Baby, kiss my bobo.
Give me some gumbo.
Boy, that hooker just lifts me every day.
Damn sure does. Way to go, Jerry.
He's talking about Malik Hooker.
That is funny, though.
Go Tigers!
We will switch gears.
Thank
Don't get mad at me, Aggie fans. I got to see a little more of a sample size before we crown them the national champions.
You could be in the semifinals, and Joe's still going to say, I'm not sure.
Well, we'll wait and see when we get there. Long way to go.
They can win it, be like, can they do it again?
I'm a realist. That's all. Come on.
Oh, you're a wet blanket.
I'm a realist. Let's talk some Dallas Cowboys football with a guy who is a wet blanket. R.J. Ochoa, blogging the boys, next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is game on at Centergenics and Low T Center, the MVPs of testosterone replacement therapy. Ready to tackle low energy and achieve your health goals like a pro? Go get tested. They have been changing lives of men across the country for well over a decade with the most medically driven, results-focused care to restore the quality of patients' lives through hormone care. So if you've noticed you're more tired, you're not motivated, it's not just aging, it's a physical and mental change to your body, testosterone can and does help. They've got clinics all around San Antonio. All you got to do is get in and take a quick test at one of the centers. Takes about 20 minutes to get your results because they have a lab on site. If you need it, you can start treatment that day. Then you choose if you want to receive at-home treatment or be treated in the clinic. And at Centergenics and Low T Center, they have been helping ladies find their hormonal balance as well. Go get tested. Do it now. Win some cool stuff. Book a free TRT consultation, and you're automatically entered for a chance to win autographed sports memorabilia or tickets to a major sporting event. Winners are selected every week. So book now at trtmvp.com. That's TRTMVP.com.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to SASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an Audience National contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran-owned. You deserve Awesome Tickets. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports.
Hey, Cowboys fans, want to kick off tailgate season with a Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, Rowdy, and a Dallas Cowboys legend? Stop by the new HEB College Park, located at 7330 North Loop 1604 in San Antonio from 9 a.m. to noon on Saturday, October 4th. You'll even have a chance to enter to win tickets to an upcoming Dallas Cowboys home game, as well as tour the Hall of Fame bus and more. Don't miss out as we roll into town for the Dallas Cowboys tailgate tour presented by HEB.
My name is Jessica. Years ago, I was diagnosed with a thyroid condition. I slept all the time, was fatigued, had no energy, and a bad attitude. Now I've lost 50 pounds and I'm still losing. My medications have been scaled back. My emotions are stable and I have lots of energy. People at work say I'm happy, perky, and my husband says he's not walking on eggshells around me any longer. The Institute for Functional Health changed my life.
Call for your complimentary consultation, 210-468-1891. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9047. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-575-9047. That's 800-575-9047.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday evening at 6:30, the Aggies take on the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Presented by Just Pots. Pre-game at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's a great conversation going on San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. All kinds of topics being bandied about in there. You should go to our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, like and subscribe said page. If you'd like to get a hold of Jason on Twitter, you can do that at Jason Minix. I'm at Joe Reinagle 210. Or if you got something to say, you can do it the old-fashioned way. Give us a call here at the Blitz, 656-3776, 656-ESPN, whatever is on your mind today. We're talking about it. And we're talking Dallas Cowboys football right now, though, aren't we?
Yeah, and somebody that certainly stirs it up in the chat is joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Our good friend RJ Ochoa from bloggingtheboys.com. RJ, how did you celebrate the 40-40 tie?
I was not on the PJ, so not like either of you, but once upon a time, everybody played a game of Edward 40 hands, stuff like that. This brought back those memories. It was very thrilling, as I'm sure you both can attest to, but a bit unsatisfactory in the end. I suppose you consider it a victory that you netted home half a point when you didn't expect to yield any. It did make me think of the English Premier League, which I know you both are big-time fans of.
I was going to go hockey with the half point there, but no. I described walking out of there because I've been there for some big wins, and you leave the stadium, and everybody's cheering. And I've been there after bad losses, and everybody just that kind of felt like leaving the mall during holiday season. Like, why in the hell did I come here to begin with? Get me home.
Yeah, I think that's a good comp. I've never seen The Sopranos, but a lot of people talked about the ending to that series.
You've never seen The Sopranos?
It's not my thing, and I know how it ends, so now I'm not going to devote the time. But, yeah, it just, I think on some level, on a human level, a loss would have felt better just because you could have closed the book.
Oh, stop it. Stop it. Really? You would have rather had a loss than a tie.
No, I didn't say that. I'm just saying that
right.
from an entertainment standpoint, it just felt awkward. It's one thing if the tie is a tie after, the offenses are broken all night long, but you're going shot for shot for shot and you're singing along to Bohemian Rhapsody and all of a sudden the lights come on. They're like, everybody get out. I mean, that's kind of what this felt like.
Dude, let me tell you something. That was one of the most entertaining football games that I've ever seen in person. And I mean that. And I know the tie kind of put a damper on all of that. But both quarterbacks played extremely well. George Pickens was good. Ferguson was good again. The running game was good for the Cowboys again. I know there's issues on defense, and that's a problem. But Green Bay, I think Dak exposed some of their weaknesses on defense as well. And I think it was just one of those games. I wish it would have ended better. But I'll take that tie because nobody gave the Cowboys a chance to win that football game.
I agree with you, Joe. I think it's easy to say, I would have wanted to win, right? Like who doesn't feel that way? And I think the only way I empathize with that is Dallas felt like the team that deserved the win, particularly because they didn't play like cowards. If I left this game with a powerful feeling, it's that Matt LaFleur is a loser. I mean, not going for it on 4th and short across midfield, not once but twice against a team that had their tail tucked between their legs and was kind of waiting for you to put them out for the night. And then playing for the tie. I mean, Matt LaFleur actually played for the tie. And I tell you what, it's been 3 days, and I haven't seen one national talk show hold Jordan Love's feet to the fire because he completely botched that at the end. They almost lost that game because he didn't know how to execute that. And so, I mean, on many levels, it felt like the Cowboys were the team that had to settle, which I think is a bit interesting looking back in hindsight.
Although, judging how both teams reacted, Green Bay seemed a little more pissed off that they didn't get a win. And the Cowboys seemed a little bit more excited they didn't lose. They all wanted to win, but the reactions from both on the tie says a lot about where each organization is. Now, for the Cowboys, they move on, and they get Justin Fields this week. Now, I'm looking at an 0-4 Jets team and watching them on Monday. They're not good, but they do a lot of things that are kryptonite for the Cowboys, like having a running quarterback and a receiver that can catch anything if you get the ball near them. and they've got a running back. I'm honestly concerned about this week's game against the Jets because the Cowboys' defense is just that bad.
Yeah, well, you said that they do a lot of things that are kryptonite for the Cowboys, like having a running quarterback. I think that the thing they offer that is kryptonite for the Cowboys is that they're a football team, right? Like that is what is kryptonite for the Dallas Cowboys defense at this moment in time. It's bad, dude. I mean, it is historically bad. Like, we are talking about, they are right now in company with literally the worst defenses in NFL history, obviously in franchise history. And I know you both were at the game. I don't know how much of the broadcast you've had a chance to get back and watch through, but it was striking to me that Chris Collinsworth was just dragging Matt Eberflus and trying to do so in a way that was somewhat explaining the illogical decisions that are being made here, but just talking about all of the cons to playing so much zone defense. And this is a defense that, look, I mean, on one hand, I want to give Matt Eberflus a pass, and I know I mentioned that to you last week because Micah was traded away a week before the season began. But you look at this game, and I know, Joe, you agreed that there's no reason to kind of, give Matt any excuses. I look at the offensive line, and they're down Cooper Beebe. They're down Tyler Booker. Tyler Guy leaves this game. And Brian Schottenheimer, Clayton Adams, the entire offensive staff, they're making lemonade, right? Like, they're making it work despite all these injuries and despite all these ailments. And I don't know what happens. I don't know what changes there. I know that, they're not healthy and there's dudes that are coming back and Jerry keeps laying on that logic, but there are more than, one or two elements away from just being average at this point in time. So yeah, I fully expect Justin Fields and the Jets offense to wake up against this group.
Look, RJ, what I think, and I'll give Jason all the credit on this thing. Look, if it was game one or even game two, I'd give Eberflus a pass. But at this point in time, there's been 4 games. He's got 4 games under his belt. And I don't see any changes. I know he doesn't have Micah, but we've got to move on and deal with that. Okay, he's got the players that he's got. Do something different. I don't see this man doing anything different. If you can't pressure the quarterback, well, you know what? Maybe you ought to try to blitz a little bit more. Do something else. What you're doing now is not working, so try something else. To me, he just doesn't have any imagination at all.
See, I mean, I agree with you, certainly fundamentally, but I also would offer that they don't have the horses for those types of things because they did blitz a few times. They blitzed Jack Sanborn, and God bless him, but, I mean, he might be the slowest player in the NFL. I mean, it was painful to watch the replay of it all and just watch how, vulnerable that left. And it was almost adorable. It was like, good try, Jack. Get out there, get some cardio, man. I mean, they just don't have a difference maker. But you're right. I mean, at a certain point, it still becomes a matter of, okay, dude, you may be down and out, but Clayton Adams is making Nate Thomas work at left tackle, guarding Micah Parsons, right? Like, you should be able to win one every, 100, whatever the case may be. And so, I mean, look, I think everything is exemplified. I think a good microcosm of it all is, when Dak threw that second touchdown to George Pickens, the party was on. And it was a joke, but it was not a joke that we all said, well, they scored too fast. Like that, there's no way that this isn't enough time for Green Bay, and unfortunately that proved to be true.
RJ Ochoa, bloggingtheboys.com here on the Blitz. My problem with, like Joe said, if Micah were to turn an ankle, you would have to make some sort of adjustments. The first game, I give him the pass. The first game, what did they do in the second half after the rain delay? They brought pressure to Jalen Hurts. They're not doing that now. And the guys can't cover the way they are now without pressure, so you might as well blitz and at least speed up the process a little bit. There's got to be something there. And I don't know. I think Justin Fields, like a Caleb Williams, might have a little something up his sleeve. And just his running ability, that long touchdown run that Justin Fields had against Miami is what scares me about what we could see Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, that's how Jalen Hurts killed them. Jalen's the only quarterback who hasn't had an aerial showing against this defense because he didn't need to, right? He was able to get all of his success on the ground when the Cowboys did send pressure. And so they just really don't have any way to kind of combat things from an overall perspective. And that's where, I don't say this to defend Matt, but to kind of put this on the front office. Jerry and Steven's lines are, well, we traded Micah so we could, have 5 or 6 players or whatever. I agree with them that they're not a Micah Parsons away. Micah doesn't fix this in some hypothetical alternate universe. But, I mean, they're the dudes who were in charge. They're the dudes who built this defense that they're trashing and saying, yeah, it's not great. That's what we traded him so we could acquire this draft capital to be able to fix it. And so y'all are, you're standing in the corner upset that you're painted into it, but, you're holding the brushes. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are the ones who devised this whole thing. This was your brilliant plan. And so I think where everyone's starting to feel this sense of pull back and forth is it's so awesome to see the offense, and it's so impressive to see Dak and George Pickens, and before he got hurt, Kevontae Turpin, and Joe's guy, Jake Ferguson, all shining, but it all feels hollow and for naught. You're just going to burn this elite offensive year, and then maybe in 2 years this draft capital will hit and your defense will be good, but by then Dak won't be the same guy. Like, it's just this never-ending toxic cycle.
It's interesting, and I think Jerry Jones has done this, and where I will agree with you, Jerry tends to concentrate more on the offensive side of the football. I mean, he's done that throughout Dak's career. He certainly did that throughout Tony Romo's career, where you have the offensive weapons, you can put points on the board, but you just can't stop anybody, and maybe that's what we're seeing here. Unfortunately for Jerry, you got guys that are hurt. DeMarvion Overshown. I mean, I think he might make a little bit of a difference. You're getting Kalen Carson back here pretty soon. Maybe not this week, but he's been activated. Jonathan Mingo's coming back too. And then Siobhan Ravel, I don't know if the guy's ever going to come back. Is he on a witness protection program? They keep saying he's close, and then, well, we never hear anything about him. So I don't know. They're a long way to go on the defense, but I think with the way the offense is playing, they're going to win some football games just simply by outscoring people.
Yeah, I think that, they're not going to go up against offenses like Green Bay's every week, and they'll probably get embarrassed defensively by the Jets and maybe even the Panthers. But to your point, their offense is so good that they may just win the shootouts. You kind of unlocked a part of my brain I'm interested to kind of explore. The reason I think Jay had a line this week about why they stand behind the overtime rules and ties, and it's to make it a proper television product, right? Like make you get out in time or whatever to appease advertisers. Well, the reason he's so interested in the offensive side of the ball is that's the side where the highlights come from, right? Like that's the side where all the fun happens. Those are all the toys. Nobody wants socks for Christmas. They all want the action figures and the video games. And so, of course, the biggest and boldest and most brash moves that this organization has made over the 21st century have been in relation to how can we, put shiny things in front of people so that they can jump and scream for us.
To that logic, we all want the shiny toys, but we always end up with socks and underwear for Christmas, too, because they're necessary. And nobody wants to go buy them on a random Tuesday, so your mother ends up or your wife gets them to you as a gift because it is necessary. And at some point, Jerry needs to realize it is necessary. Now, he's invested a lot in those shiny toys, and Dak Prescott is certainly delivering through 4 games. I'm sure on bloggingtheboys.com, kind of like on our YouTube page and some of the tweets that we get, no matter what Dak Prescott does, he's still trash. Although I find it hard to believe that people watching this year actually believe what they're writing on their keyboards.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I haven't seen as much as average, and I think some of that is sometimes you can become so underrated that you're overrated, or the opposite. And I think we've reached a point now where enough people have nationally defended Dak and acted like it's a unique opinion. It's pretty popular now. Like I would say most people, you've got your randoms obviously, but the collective do seem to agree that Dak is a proper quarterback and is playing out of his mind. And from a narrative standpoint, it helps Dak that Jerry has looked so incompetent and trading away Micah and weakening the defense. And, so I think that generally speaking, most average people, I don't know that they feel for Dak, but they recognize that he's not the issue at this particular team. And in this particular moment, I think the only quarterback who's playing at a higher level than him is maybe Josh Allen. I mean, that's somewhat debatable. Maybe if you want to give it to Josh, fine. I mean, but you've got one of the very best quarterbacks actively in the NFL playing for you, and you're on the verge of pissing it all away.
I mean, look, Dak's been a good regular season quarterback is most of his career. When he's healthy, he's pretty damn good. And my feeling, RJ, on Dak Prescott, and I'm it's hard to criticize him. There's nothing to criticize at this point in time in the season. The man is playing extremely high-level football right now. There's no question about that. And I think if he continues to do that, I honestly believe the Cowboys are going to be one of in those situations where they're going to give some things up. But I still think that everybody's got to get over Micah Parsons. He's gone. He's done. And Jerry, whatever Jerry's going to do, I don't know. But Matt Eberflus was supposed to be this, defensive genius that's going to come in here. I want to see him do something different. Even if it bites him in the ass, RJ, do something different and try to cause some chaos somewhere along the way. Can we just have that?
Yeah, no, I mean, go down swinging, right? Like, you may miss, you may whiff, it may be embarrassing, but, don't just stand there and take strike three. I completely agree with you. I do agree, and I think the Micah thing really reached, just an absurd point again. I know y'all were there. The beginning of this game, Jerry was doing an interview with NBC with Maria Taylor and obviously with Jason Garrett. And Micah happened to be, coincidentally entering the field at that exact point in time. And NBC coincidentally happened to have a camera following him the whole way. It felt very, WrestleMania-like. And the reality, of the trade was that the matchup was a month after. We were always going to have to put up with, the BS through that game. But I think that now that we're through the other side, we're Andy Dufresne, right? We crawled through, it's raining, and now we can head south to Mexico or whatever we want to do at this point in time, because everything that we hated, everything we were shackled by is ultimately in the past.
RJ Ochoa, bloggingtheboys.com. Read him and watch him there. Follow him on Twitter at RJ Ochoa. And RJ, before we let you go, we've got a poll question on our YouTube page. What is the best day of the week? Now, YouTube, we're only allowed 4 slots. Wednesday, today being hump day, Saturday, Friday, or Sunday?
Sunday is awesome, but you do deal with the Sunday scaries. That can be a real thing. I think that what were the options you had listed?
Wednesday, Saturday, Friday, or Sunday?
You're missing it. Thursday is the answer, because Thursday.
Pledge didn't put Thursday on there. I've already brought this up.
Thursday has the best energy in the world because it's Baby Friday. It's essentially Friday. And you know that Friday is going to be chill and fun. So you kind of, it's Friday.
Thursday wasn't an option, sir. You've got the 4 options. Pick one.
Of your 4 options, I will say Wednesday, because Wednesday you're over the hump. You're carrying to Thursday. And all the best day. Thank you. Or shout out to Joe, because all the best happy hours and whatevers are
You're
Thursdays
sucking up to Ryan Eagle.
So, kidding me? RJ's never going to suck up to me. He just knows that Wednesday is the best day of the week.
All of this is in front of you on Wednesday.
Yes.
On Friday, you're dealing with the stress of we've got this dinner, we've got this party, we got to go here, we got to rush home from work. Saturday, sometimes you got kid stuff, you got a million different things. Sunday is awesome, but you have the looming Monday coming. So of the options you listed, I would petition for Thursday to be included, but it wasn't. I will give the crown to my good friend Joe Ryan Eagle. Joe also has some good initials, by the way. Wrong order though.
Yeah.
RJ Ochoa, appreciate you, man. We'll talk to you next week.
RJ.
Happy hump day. Forks up.
RJ Ochoa, bloggingtheboys.com on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online. BuyersBarricades.com.
And see, unfortunately, nobody else agrees on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. Right now, Saturday and Friday, or Friday and Saturday in regular order, are tied at 37%.
Mm-hmm.
Hump Day is at 15%. Sunday's at 11%.
Well, I tell you, one great thing about Wednesday.
What's that?
Steak night at the Roo Pub.
Absolutely.
And again, that's got to factor in. Steak night at the Roo Pub, where you can get in, get that 12-ounce ribeye, the potato salad for $19.95. You can't beat that deal, and the Roo Pub is my go-to spot. You think about a place to go watch any big game, any big event. Baseball playoffs are going on right now. It's happy hour at the Roo. The Cubs are trailing the Padres right now, and somebody's over there having a nice cold beer and a steak, watching baseball. Saturday for football, Sunday for football. No better place than the Roo Pub there at 281 in Redland Road. Wednesday night, steak night. Every other night, those wings, biggest and best in town. They got the best fried shrimp. Love the fried shrimp over there. About 15 different burgers on the menu. Great chicken sandwich. Their hot dogs. I'm told their salads are wonderful. They got great appetizers. And that kitchen is open late every day with the full menu available. So when you're out late and you need that late night meal, don't go to a drive-thru. Get into the Roo Pub there at 281 in Redland Road. Happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Riding 410 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Blue Star Tequila, the world's first and only 100% night harvested agave. And you might be saying, well, why do I care when it's harvested? It allows the agave to be harvested while it's resting and out of the brutal heat. Benefits to workers who would normally work into the heat of the day. It's just better for the flavoring. And speaking of flavoring, it's 100% additive free. No flavoring, sweetening, or coloring added, and it's unfiltered. Live your life unfiltered and do it with Blue Star Tequila. Find Blue Star Tequila at Specs, Costco, and Alamo City Liquor.
Hey, San Antonio, multiple tours overseas, years of protecting the country, it all adds up at University of Maryland Global Campus. Earn up to 90 credits for prior learning, military experience, and training toward our low-cost degree and certificate programs. We call that credit where credit is due. For over 75 years, our dedicated success coaches have been helping service members achieve their goals. Get started with local support and online and hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. Visit UMGC at San Antonio or umgc.edu/SATS.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
Morning, Zoe. Got donuts.
Jeff Bridges, why are you still living above our garage?
Well, I dig the mattress, and I want to be in a T-Mobile commercial like you. Teach me, Saldana.
Oh, no, I'm not really prepared. I couldn't possibly. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro. On them, it's designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet and has the ultimate pro camera system.
Wow, impressive. Let me try. T-Mobile is the best place to get iPhone 17 Pro because they've got the best network.
Nice, Jeffrey.
You heard them. T-Mobile is the best place to get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us with eligible trade-in in any condition.
So, what are we having for lunch?
Dude, my work here is done.
24 monthly bill credits on experience beyond for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off earlier or cancel. Finance agreement iPhone 17 Pro 256 gigs, $1,099.99 and new line minimum $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 1H2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money because you're in charge. And right now, you're going to pay for groceries. But you decide what groceries. Just keep in mind you're running out of dishwashing soap. But you decide if you're going to buy that soap. Just those dishes won't clean themselves, will they? Remember, with Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
The Gomez Law Firm is proud to be San Antonio's trusted personal injury law firm for the past 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us. Your firm has been fighting for the people of San Antonio since 1973. That's incredible.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then turn to the law firm that will fight for you. Visit JoeGomezLaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Major League Baseball playoffs underway right now, the wild card variety. The Cleveland Guardians are leading the Detroit Tigers. Bottom half of the eighth inning, 3-1. Over the National League, the San Diego Padres, trailing the Cubs 1-0, are ahead of said Cubs, 1-0. That ball game going to the top half of the fourth inning.
SportsCenter brought to you by Centergenics. Book your appointment at fixmylowteam.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo
17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
And it's the best day of the week. It's Hump Day.
Hump Day.
Hump Day.
Hump Day.
Yeah.
You're trying to skew the poll by saying it's the best day of the week.
Damn right I am.
Son of a...
It's all fair in love and war and polls.
Mm-hmm.
It is Hump Day here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Hope everybody's having a great Hump Day out there. Whatever you may be doing and however you may be listening, we appreciate it very much. I'm Joe Reinagel. That's Jason Minix.
And on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, we do have what Alexander called a lame poll question.
She did?
She did.
Why would she do that?
Because it's lame.
Oh, my goodness.
Apparently, she wants to vote for Thursday, and it's not available.
Well, that's
and
Pledge's
again,
fault.
Pledge picked the days. Wednesday, Saturday, Friday, Sunday. I don't know why you put them in that order either. It is what it is. But, yeah, what's your favorite day of the week? What is the best day of the week in your mind? You know, Carl over at Bjorn's just sent me a text. It's like Wednesday because it's bowling night.
Well, there you go. You see that? I'll tell you, there's all kinds of reasons to like other days besides Friday and Saturday. Those have their special times. I get it. But, I mean, you know, there are other days that have meaning to people, Jason. I mean, Wednesday to me means a lot. It's Hump Day.
Well, you sound like you schedule sex with the wife because it's Wednesday.
Well, not tonight.
That's what gets you excited.
But, yeah, no schedule there. But Wednesday's as good as any other day that ends in Y.
Well, that's it. I mean,
Yes.
any day that ends in Y.
Yes.
You know?
They know I love to get that ball.
Yeah. We'll get into that.
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
So go to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. Vote in our poll. Lame or not, I need to know, and you need to vote for Hump Day. All right, just do it. I'm campaigning
You
now.
don't need
Let's
it.
go.
You vote the way you want to vote.
Hump Day.
No assist?
Vote for Hump Day.
Because Pledge doesn't like Wednesdays.
What?
Yeah, Pledge wears out his finger on that button over there on a Wednesday.
I don't know what day Pledge likes. What does Pledge like?
Probably Saturday. It's the one day he usually doesn't have to work.
What, does he work on Sunday?
Yeah, because he has to get everything ready for Monday.
Ah, okay.
You don't realize, man, we work this poor guy 9 days a week.
Sure. Yeah. Poor Pledge. Poor guy.
Yeah.
Whoa.
What?
Got the one finger salute. Pledge a little feisty in there.
What else is new?
We love you, Pledge.
Let's do the headline blitz. Maybe.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
Not really headline blitz, but it is breaking news. Brock Purdy ruled out of Thursday's game with that toe injury.
Wow. He probably shouldn't have come back last weekend. It still wasn't healed properly, and he threw some bad interceptions in that game against Jacksonville. So, going to be interesting. They play the Rams tomorrow night.
Yeah, and no Brock Purdy for that one. Lots going on in the WNBA. Their commissioner seemingly sucks.
According to the players.
Nobody seems to like her. We heard about the coach that ripped leadership the other day, the coach from Minnesota.
Yeah.
And then she got suspended. And then now some of the top players in the league are calling for change.
At Unrivaled this past February, I sat across from Kathy and asked how she planned to address the officiating issues in our league. Her response was, well, only the losers complain about the refs. I also asked how she planned to fix the fact that players like Caitlin, Angel, and Paige, who are clearly driving massive revenue for the league, are making so little for their first 4 years. Her response was, Caitlin should be grateful she makes $16 million off the court, because without the platform that the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't make anything. And in that same conversation, she told me players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the media rights deal that I got them. That's a mentality driving our league from the top. We go to battle every day to protect a shield that doesn't value us.
No,
I'm not concerned about a fine. I'm concerned about the future of our sport. At some point, everyone deserves to hear the truth from someone who I hope has earned the benefit of the doubt to fight for what is right and fair for our athletes and our fans. We have the best players in the world. We have the best fans in the world. but right now we have the worst leadership in the world. If I didn't know exactly what the job entailed, maybe I wouldn't feel this way. But unfortunately for them, I do.
Woo!
Now, that is one of the best players in the WNBA, Nafisa Collier. And the commissioner responded with the lamest statement ever. Like, yeah, we think that conversation was mischaracterized. And there's also some reports that after the media rights deal gets done, she's going to resign, but the WNBA has released a statement saying that she won't. That's fake news. The WNBA's obviously got some leadership issues. Everybody bitches about officiating. I don't care what league, what sport. I saw some tweets from Mark Cuban that kind of make sense. The league doesn't really care about officials. They don't really develop them. Sure, you might be bad in the G League, but then you can still get promoted. It's not a priority to develop and train officials. He had a tweet, I'm paraphrasing because I don't have it up in front of me. He's called the league office to complain. He said, well, you're the only one calling. And that's the attitude, right? Well, nobody else is complaining, so we're not going to worry about it.
Well, that's a horrible attitude. Well, you've lost two of your best players that people want to see, and Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, who are not playing now. Caitlin Clark's team, the Fever, I mean, they gave the Aces all they could handle. I believe it was the Aces, I think. And in the playoffs, even without Caitlin Clark. But you can't have your star players getting beat to hell and out of games. That does nobody any good. And if they don't care about officiating, and that's a major problem in my mind.
It so is in so many different levels. But I also wonder, there's so much that has happened here. Right when the WNBA finals are getting started, this feels a little WWE scripted. Like, all of a sudden now, player, I don't care about fines. Now, we've seen some of the WNBA fines. I mean, right? But everybody in the world is talking about it now because you have could you imagine if LeBron James were to do an interview and say something like that about Adam Silver? The headlines and the talk. If an Aaron Rodgers were to rip a Roger Goodell, or a Dak Prescott, who's a little bit more buttoned up than Aaron Rodgers, who never says anything like that. Aaron Rodgers actually might. Dak Prescott never would, right? If Dak were to do something like that. It is interesting, the timing of everything, right when the WNBA finals are going to get started, and maybe this gets a lot of people to watch because Caitlin Clark isn't there, and if you look at the ratings when she's playing and when she isn't, the Caitlin Clark effect is real. It is real. Now, there's clips going around. They can have a lot of fun. I mean, last night, congrats to Becky Hammon. She's going back to the WNBA final. She is 9-1 in playoff series. Incredible. That is incredible.
Yeah.
And the Aces won last night. Asia Wilson was on the podium, sitting next to Becky Hammon. And the fifth grade humor is there with them, too.
She's someone that I believe could be on an all-defensive team because she's doing a lot that doesn't show up on the stat sheet, like you said. The way that she can just get her hands on balls. As a moment with the wife.
Becky's losing it.
We love Chelsea.
Well, every now and then, she might want to stray.
I mean,
well, my goodness!
Yeah. Well, but even on the floor afterwards, doing the interview with Holly Rowe, Asia Wilson.
They know I love to get that ball.
And she sticks her tongue out, and no, it's fun. And look, they have fun. Look, the WNBA's got more attention over the last couple of years than it ever has, in my mind. And I know there's hardcore fans for the WNBA, and I get it. I'm not one of them, but I enjoyed the villain hero thing of the whole Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, and the way they made that, and they need more of that. But back to the officiating standpoint, it's horrible, and everybody's complaining about it. They've been complaining about it the entire year. you can't let your star players get beat up. Can you imagine if officials would let that kind of physical play go on in the NBA right now?
No.
They'd be hammered.
No.
It wouldn't happen. A guy like LeBron being knocked out, or a Wemby being knocked out because somebody knocked him on his butt and he something happened. That's not happening in the NBA. And then you get a handle on the WNBA. And if this woman's that bad, that's commissioner, she needs to go.
She does. Switching to the NBA, they're actually doing something kind of cool. FanDuel and Amazon are partnering to give viewers betting features while watching the game.
Well, that's kind of cool. So I'm guessing you can watch the game and you'll have a way to log in and see it on your screen.
Yeah,
where
tie
you
it
can,
to your account.
Yeah, and you can do that. That's really cool.
Dangerous.
What's funny, because in the article that we found this at, they say that some people are going to say it's a bad look. But, I mean, look, their point is, and I agree with it completely, it's here. Betting is here, and it's not going anywhere. There's just too much money to be made. So why not get involved and have some fun with it? I know there's going to be some people that can't handle it and that are, going to bet irresponsibly. But, I'm sorry. That's not the responsibility of people that are responsible with it.
The reality is, and I think the approach here is, the tube is out of the toothpaste. So we either figure out ways to make money on it, because they're all in the business of making money and getting it there, because it's happening. And it's happening whether it's easy or, I'm calling Uncle Joe, right? Or your buddy or whatever the case is. It's all out in the open. In a lot of ways, kind of like the NIL. Now, some of us probably wish we can go back to the $100 handshake days of college athletics. The way things have gotten, although the College Commission has created a hotline that you can now snitch on opposing teams over shady NIL deals.
Dude, let me tell you something. I would hate to be the dude that has to answer those phone calls. Every coach in the country is going to be calling that hotline.
Every coach, every fan. I mean, and a big part of it is, like NFL contracts, NBA contracts, we all find out exactly what they are, and they're published. You hear about NIL money, but you have no idea how real it is. So-and-so is making X. So-and-so is making X. This school offered me $500,000, coach. Can you get me $750,000, and I'll be on your campus tomorrow? There's no way of knowing. But now, if you're doing it wrongly, and we've heard Jeff Traylor said on this show, I've got people right now that are calling me. I'll pick up the phone and call that coach.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Snitches Get Stitches hotline. Paul Feinbaum is answering.
Paul Feinbaum. He's going to be a senator before long. Oh, Paul Feinbaum.
That's the thought.
Thinking about running for senator. Mm-hmm. Somebody said that he's getting hammered for that.
Yeah,
dude.
well, of course he is.
Yeah, by a lot of folks.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff. It's kind of like Micah Parsons. Cowboy fans need to get over it.
Dude,
it's done.
Who's not over? Why would you bring up Micah Parsons if you're trying to get it over? I mean, you keep bringing it out there.
You need to get over it. It's over.
It was not a part of that conversation at all.
That defense is terrible.
Again,
if Micah was there.
The Cowboys had nothing to do with this. Nothing.
Are we sure?
We went 18 whole minutes before you brought up Micah Parsons.
All right, let me bring up another villain.
Oh, yeah?
Mayor Gina Ortiz Jones.
Wow, villain, huh?
On KSAT television, still politicking for more data.
Yeah,
we'll hear from Madam Mayor when we continue here on the Blitz, a 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. $400 off with trade-in and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country. 210-656-PURE.
Check them out at ConnecticutSA.com and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
License number 38961.
Lots of college teams have school traditions, like Gig 'em. To get the word out about Quarter Moon Plumbing, AC and Heating, I suggest we institute the following Quarter Moon Yell. Plum 'em!
Plum 'em?
We've got a whole team of fully stocked trucks, and our customers are the best in Texas. I say Quarter Moon, you say Plum 'em. Quarter Moon!
Folks, at Quarter Moon, we have a spirited tradition of solving every home problem imaginable, from plumbing to air conditioning to heating. Call Quarter Moon Plumbing, AC, and Heating day or night, and we'll fix them.
License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
Davis Law Firm secures important verdicts and settlements for Texans hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck. Many in the millions of dollars. No case is too big or too small. And remember, there's no fee unless we win. So if you want more, call the Fours. Davis Law Firm San Antonio, 444-4444. We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9047. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9047. That's 800-575-9047. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Football season is in full swing, and Underdog is the best place to get in on all the action. Playing on Underdog is so simple. You pick your favorite players if they're going to go higher or lower on their stats, like rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns. You get them right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. The easiest money going these days, whoever's playing quarterback against the Cowboys, they're going higher on their yards, right? Puka Nacua is catching 10 footballs a week. Let's go higher on him. And it's not just football. They've got baseball, UFC, whatever you love, they've got it at Underdog. It's so simple, guys. Download the app today, sign up with promo code Alamo, score $100 in bonus funds when you play for your first $5. That's promo code Alamo, A-L-A-M-O. Underdog, make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So, I'm opening my own coffee shop.
I smell a caffeinated catastrophe.
And I needed menu boards and banners printed.
What you really needed was a reality check.
Staples really came through. They printed menus and signs, even flyers in time for my grand opening.
And that's when the other shoe dropped.
Not quite. I got $125 off my custom print order.
Cha-ching! For your business printing, Staples.
That was easy.
Now save up to $125 on custom print orders. Valid in-store and online until 11/1. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Greatness is here. All 830 of our famous footwear stores now carry Jordan brand. So it's easy to score Jordan brand footwear and accessories, from hats to backpacks to socks, for the full family at a store near you. Famous Footwear's in-store fit experts will help you find the perfect style and the perfect fit. Because every day is a chance to make it famous. Come in and shop Jordan brand footwear and accessories at your local Famous Footwear store today.
If you've got a gas-powered engine, keep it running like new at every fill-up. Stable in-season protection is your engine's preventative medicine, cleaning and protecting the entire fuel system in season. In outdoor power equipment, prevent gum and varnish buildup that could cause a rough or non-running engine. For cars and trucks, increase fuel efficiency and power by removing deposits, ensuring your engine's long-term health. Stable outperforms the competition in independent lab testing. So at every fill-up, start with Stable.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer goes one-on-one and has some fun with the Morning Huddles, AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
I mean, literally, when we get done with games and whether we win or lose, my wife she's ready with some suggestions. You know, she'll give me 15 to 30 seconds in the car to kind of unwind, and then she's like, okay, you feel better? I'm like, yeah, I feel better. And then she just starts laying into me like, hey, don't run the ball up the middle on this down, and don't do this, and get the ball to Terp. And I'm like, wow.
Well,
I am so happy to hear this, Coach. I'm so happy to hear this.
Something tells me Bill Belichick's girlfriend isn't talking football with him on the car ride home.
No, there's talking entirely different conversation, man.
Brian Schottenheimer's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings, presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Well, in case you haven't noticed, or nobody told you, it is October 1st. We have moved the calendar, turned the page from September to October, and that means that the election is just a little over a month away. And if you're a Spurs fan, it's a big election because it's the first step in getting Project Marvel underway. November 4th is the election day, and I'm sure early voting is going to start, in a couple, 2 or 3 weeks, right?
I would think, and what I find interesting is last week, 100 days in office for the new mayor, Gina Ortiz Jones, which apparently she's not accomplished any of her goals for the first 100 days.
She blames data.
Or lack of.
Yeah.
Needs more. So yesterday afternoon, we finished the show at 6. I got home, turned the TV on, still on KSAT from Monday Night Football the night before. And Gina Ortiz Jones is on KSAT. And part of me thought, is this a replay? Because she's got the same damn talking points that she's had. No matter what she's asked, she always comes up with the same answers. But then again, I have no idea what the hell she's talking about.
Well, I think he's right to be concerned. I think it's important, and that's why you've heard me be kind of a broken record on the need for an independent economic study. Let's understand, can we in fact support this many arenas? What is the impact on general fund? How do we pay for the cops, firefighters, et cetera, et cetera? Not only do we do no harm to our budget, but hey, by the way, can we strengthen our budget? Can we get some money from the renaming rights? Again, revenue sharing is very important. We just earlier were talking about the financial situation. I'm very concerned. I don't think about the Spurs arena without thinking about our budget gap over the years. And again, fiscal analysis shows us if we don't do anything to help ourselves, our city's budget gap is $220 million by the year of our Lord 2030, right? So we have to help ourselves, and that's why we've got to ask, and closed mouths don't get fed. Right? So let's make sure that the numbers make sense, and we're also doing things to help our general fund. That's how I think about that deal, because $800 million, which is the county's portion, and I think about it that way, you know why? Because I live in the city, which means I pay the $311 toward the county, and I pay the $489 from the city. So $800 million toward a $1.3 billion stadium. As we just talked about some of the financial headwinds that we're going to face here, we want to make sure this makes sense in the interim, but also in the long term, right? And we can help ourselves and certainly future mayors and city councils, but the future of San Antonio. Let's think, what did we just read in the news? San Antonio is now the third most impoverished large city in the country. So we got to help ourselves, and that's why I'm so adamant about making sure we got an independent study, the numbers make sense, and ensuring that the voters have sufficient awareness of it. You heard me say
she needs sufficient awareness of it because she makes it sound like city and Bexar County taxpayers are going to be funding that $800 million, and that is factually incorrect.
That is absolutely
incorrect. That money
incorrect.
is coming through a tourism tax. It is not coming through our property taxes or any kind of sales tax. Unless you get a room downtown,
which is your choice,
you ain't paying for this. And if you get a room downtown for a night, say you're going to Paul McCartney here at the Alamo Dome, in October, I think 25th, and you get a room downtown that night, have a little staycation, your one night taxes. And even that isn't going to affect it because it hasn't gone into effect yet, right? But that's the only way San Antonio residents are going to get there. I think about a mailer that the Spurs sent out that somebody sent to us, and it broke down everything, which looked just like the term sheet that we read that City Council approved.
But that's not enough. a mailer is not enough. How many people actually go through their mail, and when you see a mailer, it's right in the garbage can?
Absolutely. And again,
it's not enough.
The Spurs Sports and Entertainment needs to do more to educate and, quite frankly, correct the mayor, because somebody probably heard her last night say that and said, well, I didn't think it was going to cost us, but the mayor just said. I live in the city, so I got to pay my city and the county part. That's not accurate.
She's intentionally trying to confuse people. That's what I'm convinced
mislead?
of. Here's the problem, and let me ask you a question, because this question was posed to me, Jason. You're the mayor of San Antonio, and I, as a business person, I come to you and I say, Mr. Mayor Minix, I want to invest $1 billion in downtown San Antonio. What are you going to tell me?
How can we help you do that, sir?
Exactly. That's what most normal people would say. But apparently this mayor doesn't want $1 billion or $2 billion invested in our downtown area. That's not going to cost the taxpayer a dime. And I don't understand why she is so dead set against this. It baffles me. Because if the Spurs leave here, guess what? There are a lot of jobs that are leaving with them.
There are, not to mention everything that the Spurs actually bring our city in direct revenue and indirect revenue. You know, our number one industry is tourism. The Spurs are probably the best marketer for San Antonio.
Without a doubt.
And globally, when you look at, I don't know, a superstar like Wemby and where games are, and now, you know, somebody watching a game over in Paris says, let's go on vacation and go see the Alamo and catch a Spurs game at the new Wemby Center. And I hear there's a great entertainment district right there. I was in Kansas City on Saturday, went to a Blink-182 concert at the T-Mobile Center. And right across the street is this great entertainment district. It's Kansas City Live, Kansas City Power and Light, the KCP&L, although their signs now pledge to say Kansas City Live, almost like Texas Live and, you know, same kind of concept. I have been going to that venue for years. Back when it was called the Sprint Center before T-Mobile took over Sprint, I used to go there twice a year or 3 times a year because I think we had a playoff game when I was doing radio for the San Antonio Talons. So it was that 2012 to 2014. I think I've called 6 or 7 games inside that building. And I've been going to that building that long. It was a great place to go eat before because I couldn't drink. But then after, you know, with the old Talons, you'd play on a Saturday night, and then you're on a 6 a.m. flight the next morning. So everybody just stayed up all night partying and went to the airport on the bus at 3:40 in the morning. That was the curfew, right? And so you would go to KCP&L after the game. It was a great place, great pregame type venue. You know, various restaurants and bars, live music, and it's right across the street from the arena. It was awesome there on Saturday night before a Blink-182 show, and I even put on my Instagram story, this is exactly the kind of thing San Antonio needs.
I don't like politicians that come out and try and confuse voters because that's what she's trying to do. And look, I was told today by a guy that I trust and believe that the Spurs have allocated almost $4 million for an ad campaign. And if that's the case, if that is absolutely true, or whether it's half that, it's time to get started with that. I mean, it's absolutely time to get started with that. I'm not sure what the wait is for. We are just a little over a month away from a vote on this thing, a huge vote on this thing. If I'm the Spurs or whoever they've hired to do this, I am blitzing this city, this county, everything with the truth, the facts, everything. And I'm making sure that everybody that lives here is hearing what the truth is. The mayor's on KSAT telling half-truths and sometimes blatant lies.
Well,
the Spurs need to get off their butts and get out there and do something.
They do, and quite frankly, political advertising is what it is. Do they save it until a couple of days before early voting begins? Because you can see the ad now, but you can't vote. You can't act on it until you get there. Maybe that's why they're waiting.
You hammer it home.
I agree.
Day after day.
I agree.
Day.
And I thought when, you know, as soon as the term sheet was approved, they were going to start doing all this education. I haven't seen it yet. Now, the answer that really pissed me off when I was watching KSAT last night was they asked her her thoughts on, well, what if the Spurs actually leave if the vote fails?
So again, I don't think we should operate from a position of fear. I think it's really important we go into this eyes wide open. And
doesn't that include all sides?
Most certainly, but I can't hypothesize on something that is not my decision.
Not your decision.
What we can do is make sure our folks are informed, make sure the numbers make sense, make sure we understand our fiscal reality in terms of the cost and the potential benefits, and making sure we've got a good contract, right? I think what's happened on the east side is a perfect example of why we need to do our due diligence. Right? And frankly, the county was in the best position to ask for more. So I was very surprised that they don't have a community benefits agreement. The city of San Antonio will have a community benefits agreement.
Did she just say, Peter Sakai, you really screwed up, Mr. County Judge?
Pretty much. That's what I heard.
That's insane. Insane.
Look, it is insane. We're going to talk a lot more about this. We're up against the clock, and I want to bring it up because I think everybody wants to talk about it and everybody's interested. So this will come back around. But right now, we got to talk a little Texas Longhorns football. Our good friend Ballou with KEYE Sports up there in that ugly city of Austin. He's going to talk to us when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You going to tell us about Stevens Roofing?
Yes, so.
Because they're not fired up.
They're pretty.
Yeah.
They're pretty.
Relax.
They make your house look pretty.
Yeah, they do.
They do. Great company, family-owned company, local company, and well, they're just the best in the business. I know this because, well, they've been in business for so long. You don't stay in business that long if you're not doing it right. Stevens Roofing absolutely does it right. And look, they're going to treat you like a member of the family. That's what they do. And that's just a part of how they do business because, well, they live here and they know exactly what we deal with, whether it's summer, winter, spring, fall, doesn't make any difference. They know exactly what we're dealing with and how that affects your home and especially your roof. So give them a call at 210-785-0994. Have them send out a crew to inspect your roof because you just don't know what's going to happen with Mother Nature. We could have another snowmageddon. I hope not, but it could happen. You don't know. Thunderstorms, whatever the case may be, you want to make sure that your roof is secure, sealed, and energy efficient. And that's what Stevens Roofing does. They go up there, they'll let you know if there's an issue that needs to be addressed, or if not, it doesn't matter. Or if you've been thinking about putting solar panels on your roof and you want to go that route, Stevens Roofing and Solar can handle that as well. They're one shop stop when you're talking about your roof or solar panels. Give them a call, 210-785-0994, or you can visit them online at stevensroofing.net.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down! It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle, and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right.
Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever. All you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat Is Right. Only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
When it comes to results, the numbers speak for themselves. Thomas J. Henry secured over $1 billion for clients in the past 4 years and successfully represented thousands of injured Texans. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Texas.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
If you're drowning in IRS debt and can't afford to pay, then you need to take advantage of special IRS tax programs that are available and free yourself from IRS collection efforts once and for all. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing throughout the country, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Take down this number or store it in your cell phone, but call the Community Tax Helpline, 800-305-6762. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back, or even if you have years of unfiled tax returns, there's no need to fear anymore. But you have to call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-305-6762 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. That's 800-305-6762 for your free consultation and to see if you qualify. That's 800-305-6762.
Chumba Casino brings non-stop fun straight to your screen. Anytime, anywhere. Explore hundreds of games like slots, blackjack, and instant scratch-style cards. Sign up to unlock your free welcome bonus and daily login bonuses. And enjoy your chance at exciting prizes without spending a thing. Just click, play, and enjoy the ride. Sponsored by VGW Group. No purchase necessary. See terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Must be over 21 and present in a state where it's legal to play.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports.
It's a little quiet on the border these days. Illegal border crossings at an all-time low because Donald Trump and Senator John Cornyn have been fighting side by side to seal the border. Cornyn has led the charge in the Senate, funding more agents, more technology, and more miles of secure border wall, beating back Biden's border failures, taking the fight directly to the cartels. Cornyn stands with President Trump, voting with him 99% of the time, supporting Trump's nominees, confirming conservative judges who defend our Constitution, and together, Trump and Cornyn put America first. They've worked to keep our families safe and our border defended. Yep, it's quieter on the border now because real leadership gets results. Call and thank Senator John Cornyn, 713-572-3337, and tell him to keep delivering Trump's agenda. Paid for by Lone Star Freedom Project, LoneStarFreedomProject.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday evening at 6:30, the Aggies take on the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Presented by Just Pots. Pre-game at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, some people had the weekend off this past weekend, Minix. Didn't have to do anything, probably laid around a pool, sipping on Mai Tais and just not doing anything, you know, because that's what those big sportscasters up in Austin do.
Not work?
No, they don't work.
Well, he was trained from the best. Bob Ballou from KEYE Television in Austin, joining us here on the Buyers Barricades guest line here on the Blitz. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. How was your Saturday with no game coverage?
God, you took the words right out of my mouth, Minix. Exactly what I was going to say. Learn from the best.
As long as he doesn't call you Robert, you know you're all good.
I spent Friday watching the Ryder Cup with some friends. I coached soccer for both my girls on Saturday. And then my wife and I actually went out to dinner on our own Saturday night. So
wow.
It was a successful weekend.
Outstanding.
A lot of fun.
What, Bob, and I know you enjoyed that, and I'm glad. Did any of the Horns get a chance to enjoy the weekend as well? What did they do over the bye week?
It was actually kind of fun to hear Sark talk about that part of it. He really wanted them to relax and put their feet up and watch college football. And he said on Monday that's what they did. He said a lot of them, I guess Thursday night for Thursday Night Football, a lot of them got together, watched that game, and then we kind of asked, like, what games did you watch this weekend? And most of them were, you know, Ole Miss, LSU, Alabama, Georgia, the SEC games. A couple guys said Penn State, Oregon as well. So, I think maybe not for the most part, but I think a lot of players are just fans like we are. They love the game. They love watching the game. And so they got a chance to do that this weekend, kick their feet up, relax a little bit. And Sark wanted that. I mean, you play 4 straight weeks and then you get a bye, take advantage of it because you're going to do the same thing now. You're going to play, I think, 4 or 5 straight weeks. Then you get another bye. You got to do that same thing because then it's, full go to the end of the season until you're done with the playoffs. So good opportunity to get a little rest. I think some of them probably wanted to play coming off, again, we don't have to keep saying this. It was Sam Houston. But coming off, getting a little momentum back in yourself, I think you kind of like to keep playing. But, they took the week, and now they'll head to Florida and see what this looks like on Saturday.
Gators 1-3. Longhorns obviously heavy favorites in this one. For Arch Manning, and he needed the Sam Houston game from a confidence level. I think probably his teammates, whether they will admit it or not, needed to see a game like that from Arch Manning. Sark probably needed to see that from Arch Manning. Are they open about, we the old shooters shoot, we needed to see the ball go through the net kind of theory?
I think so. I think the bigger thing that they realize, and I hope that other people realize this too, Florida's 1-3, but the first loss against South Florida at home, I know that's a little bit unacceptable. I understand that. South Florida's gotten a little better, but still. But then their next 2 losses were at LSU. That game was 13-10 in the fourth quarter, and at Miami, which was a 13-7 game in the fourth quarter. So the offense has struggled. DJ Lagway, we expected to be much better at this point. Threw for 61 yards against Miami, threw 5 interceptions against LSU. Again, both those games on the road. I think Florida's going to look really good on Saturday. I think they're going to come out and play well. I think they know their season's probably on the line here. Anything that they want to accomplish, they've got to find a way to get wins. They're back at home. They had a bye week. They're going to find ways, I think, to get DJ Lagway comfortable again. They're talented. And I think it's one of those things that it's like, it's so easy to just look at a team and look at the record and say, well, Texas should go in and wax them. Well, let's be honest. And this is the other side of it. Texas hadn't exactly played great. We have not seen an elite level Texas team this year. Now, they're elite on defense, and the defense has looked fantastic, which tells you that when you go to Florida, you're really going to have to trust in maybe I kick some field goals where I'd normally be aggressive. Maybe I punt in some situations that I'd normally be aggressive. If you expect this to be a low-scoring game, which I think a lot of us do based on the Texas-Ohio State game was 14-7, those last two Florida games, even the South Florida game was like 19-18 or 18-16. Like everything's been pretty low-scoring with Florida this year because their offense has struggled, but their defense is really good. So I think you can kind of expect that. So that's been my biggest question. Is Sark patient enough to say, I don't have to be aggressive in this game. I can let Jack Bomeister pin him inside the 10. I can let Mason Shipley kick 3 field goals, and maybe we win this game 16-14. And it doesn't matter if that's how you win this game. If you don't win this, you're probably not going to win this game 41-20. So can you be patient enough that in those situations, I don't need to go for it on 4th and 1 here or 4th and 2 here. I'm okay punting it and letting my defense help me win this game.
Well, I think that's a good game plan. But I look at this, Bob, and I think you said it when you said, well, and we have to keep remembering this is Sam Houston. And yes, Arch Manning had a good game. I think Arch Manning needs a good game in this kind of an atmosphere. And he doesn't have to light up the scoreboard. He doesn't have to throw for 400 yards. But I just think a solid game where he takes care of the football, makes some plays, and I think that's when people will start saying, okay, I think Arch has settled down, and this Texas team can move on to Oklahoma and reasonably get back to where we thought they would be when the season began. I think he needs a good game. And, again, not a show-off game, but a good, solid performance against Florida.
No, I'm with you in that, and I think maybe the biggest point that you made right there that will tell us this was a good game for Arch Manning is no turnovers. I think that's going to be the biggest part of this. Like, can he avoid throwing a pick? Can he avoid fumbling? Can the running backs avoid? I mean, we're not 100% on Quintravian Wiesner or on CJ Baxter. I assume CJ's not going to play. I think Quintravian will probably play. We start getting the availability reports here in just a little bit today. I think they're going to have to run the football, but I think turnovers are just going to be as key as anything else in this game. And I think to the point about Arch doesn't have to throw for 300 yards. If Arch has 180 yards or 210 yards or whatever it is, but he has 60 yards rushing, I think his legs are going to be vital in this game. And I think those are the things you start to look at when it comes to this stuff. Like, can they be patient? Can Arch be patient? Can he not force throws if he's frustrated because they're not hitting on a long ball or on some of the things offensively they want to do? Can they stay patient when it gets later in the second half and it's a tight game and keep running the football and get Quintravian Wisener going and get Jared Gibson going? I think those are the bigger things that I'm going to look for this week. Now, again, I mean, they led 35-0 at the half. Florida didn't have DJ Lagway last year. They led this team 35-0 at the half. I don't expect that. But, again, who knows what Sark's been holding back? I think that's another big question. I don't think they're going to revamp the offense or anything, but they're certainly going to have some things that they haven't shown yet, and that'll start to, trickle out this week, again in OU next week. I think those are the things that you kind of look for in this game is like, can they be patient? Can they not turn the ball over? And in the end, can Arch Manning do the right things in the moment to lead them to a win? And I think that's, especially on the road in this kind of environment, I think those are the biggest things you look for.
Ballou from KEYE Television in Austin joining us here on the Blitz. And you just kind of glanced, OU next week. And every year about this time, we talk about looking ahead to the OU game. Now, the fact that Mateer's likely not going to play in that game, but Oklahoma's.
Jason, he's playing. He's playing. Stop saying that. He's playing next week.
It's a miracle.
Quit it.
It's a miracle.
Quit it. He's playing. You guys know he's playing next week. Come on.
I don't know that. I was told he would be out 4 weeks. But again, I'm like you, it's Florida this week, it's going to be tough. Arch has to stay focused, but that defense over there should control DJ Lagway. Texas should. Let's get to the Red River, right? Because that's going to be a game this year. How does Sark keep the players from doing exactly what we're doing right now?
I personally think that Florida is enough. I think in the past you could be like, oh, you're playing West Virginia or Iowa State or whatever. Like, this is the SEC. This is different. Like, it's flat out different. You know that Florida's going to play its best game of the year. They're at home. They've lost 3 straight. They are desperate for anything. And when a team plays like, that's what's coming. And all he has to do, like I just said a minute ago, all he has to do is turn that on and say, guys, this is Miami. This is the number 2 or 3 team in the nation. This is a 13-7 game in the fourth quarter. Guys, 2 weeks before that, they're playing LSU, who was then the number 4 team in the nation, on the road, both these games. It's 13-10 in the fourth quarter. I promise you Florida's going to – I'm very uneasy about this weekend. I'm not in any way convinced that this is going to be just walk into Gainesville and go win this game and ho-hum, let's go to OU. I think this is going to be I don't know if anybody else thinks this. I think it's going to be a way tougher game than what people think. I think it's going to be a grinded out, again, low scoring, just like you're going to have to make the right plays in the right moment. And I don't think – at this point, especially considering how new they are in the league and they're getting these experiences against teams that they haven't played, and a lot of these guys are new anyway and they haven't played, 4 or 5 new offensive linemen, Parker Livingston and Jarrett Gibson and even Arch to that point, and Jack Endry's new in the SEC. Like, look at the offense and you go, none of these guys have played Florida. And they know what the history and tradition of Florida is. So it's not what it used to be. It's not thinking about we're playing this terrible Big 12 team or a team that just you can't get up for. Like, even if Iowa State was good, they never got up for Iowa State. And so I just think that's the difference now is when you play in the SEC, you just know. Like, we've got this 8-game schedule now, which, by the way, Texas is the only team in the SEC that hasn't played a game in the league yet. Which
so weird. And Ole Miss has played 3.
Yeah.
South Carolina's 1-2 and Ole Miss is 3-0. It's just weird, but it is what it is. It's the schedule. But I just think they know this is the start of SEC play. If we're going to go to the SEC title game, if we're going to go to the playoffs, we have to win all our SEC games. That's enough to get their attention, and they go on the road to what's always been a traditionally good team in Florida, and knowing what DJ Lagway can be, knowing what when you turn on the tape and you see some of the speed they have on offense. I think they know. I don't think Oklahoma's even on their mind yet. I think they are all in on just focused on Florida.
Well, and I don't think Texas has played well enough to look past anybody.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah,
let's face it. We're sitting here thinking that Texas has just rolled through everybody, and, well, it's just little old Florida. I mean, they haven't played well enough to look past anyone. And I think, again, this is going to be a test for Texas, and I think they've got to play well, not only for Texas fans and to get started good in the SEC, but, again, just for a little confidence moving forward. Look, their schedule doesn't get much easier after Florida. When you're talking about OU, and I know it's Kentucky, but it's on the road. Then you got Mississippi State, and then, I mean, it's the SEC, and it's tough. Yeah. They've got to go in there and play well. Did Manning talk this week, Bob?
Yeah, he is. It's really interesting you asked that. Yes, he talked. So when we first talked to him, he even kind of mentioned, like, Archie always told me just be short in my answers. The less I say, the better, that kind of stuff. But he's always had a lot of character, a lot of personality in his answers. Well, he's shut that down too. Like, he's gone full on, like, excited to go ball. We'll be good. Excited to go play football. Like, those are his answers now. And I think he just, when he got off to this slow start, even before Ohio State, he was like, this is going to be great. We're excited. We finally get to do this. Like, I've been waiting 3 years to start. Now it's my turn to take control, whatever. And, like, since Ohio State, it's just every answer has just kind of been like, yeah, I mean, we're just got to do what we got to do to win the game. And it's just kind of like, what a transformation. And I only say that because we know his personality. Like, we've seen it. It's been great. And I think I think everything on the outside probably got to him a little bit. Again, this is a sophomore in college. It's the first time he's dealing with any of this stuff. First time dealing with a lot of this adversity. And I think he just kind of realized, like, I need to slow down in all areas and just kind of take a breather here. And I don't need to put stuff out there that's, I'm not my uncles right now. I'm not Peyton and Eli, or even my dad. Cooper's hilarious. And I think he's just kind of like, I need to back off a little bit. And so he has. And so the majority of his answers were very red line, code line. I don't know what that is.
So basically he's one step of Shador and just miming answers.
Yeah, we might as well get there. That's a difference.
All right, Bob, going down and getting a win. Are you predicting a win?
Like I just said, I'm really uneasy about this. I don't have any kind of prediction. If I was anything, I'd take I don't even know what the over-under is. I'd probably go under whatever the number is. And I think I saw it was Florida plus 6.5, maybe Florida plus 7.5. Like
I've seen
Florida
7,
there.
I think,
yeah.
mostly.
Right now I'm on ESPN betting. It's Texas minus 6.5. The over/under at 41.5.
Yeah, I'd go under and I'd lean plus 6. That's not to say I don't think Texas will win. I just think I'm just a big believer that this is we're gonna see a really good, a much better Florida team on Saturday. I just don't love a lot of things about this game. I do get to go to Gainesville for the first time. I'm excited about that.
All right,
you're the first, man. Just make sure you got Tom Petty playing in the car all the way down there.
That's 100%. Yeah, we're actually flying. I know you'll find that hard to believe.
Wow.
I know. We're taking steps.
Bob, let me ask you something.
We're big time now.
Off of Texas, what did you think about the Green Bay Dallas game? You're a big Cowboy fan.
Listen, I mean, I've said this on the air. Dak threw for 319 and 3 touchdowns. But if he had thrown for 722 and 22 touchdowns, they would have won. So I put the blame on Dak. I mean, it's all his fault.
Of course it is.
I mean, only scored 40.
I can tell you learned from Joe Ryan-Eagle. It's ridiculous.
Listen, that's one of those things that, like, you just, what are you going to do? I mean, you knew, like I kept saying, when they kicked the field goal, that first drive in overtime, I was like, what a way to lose this game. Like, I just didn't have any confidence at all they'd get a stop. But they're going to have to win games with offense. When they get CeeDee back, that's going to help. They're the number 1 offense in football. They've got to find a way on defense to just do something a little better. It doesn't even have to be a lot better. It just, like, I was kind of joking this. I saw an Oklahoma guy this week that was like, Oklahoma's really good defensively. All their numbers are really good right now. Now they haven't played a lot of good offenses, but still. And he said, I remember a time where people just wanted Oklahoma to be like 75th in total defense because they were like 120. That's kind of how I feel about the Cowboys right now. Like, don't be 31 or 30, just be like 20. And you'll probably be all right, and you might make the playoffs.
They're actually 32 right now defensively.
32. There you go. So if they could get to 20, 5. I think by the end of the year, they might make the playoffs because the offense is so good. The other thing I will say real quick, I know you're probably up against it.
Yeah.
At some point, we've got to see, he's an explosive playmaker on offense. I understand maybe he's either immature or doesn't know the playbook, but they're going to have to put him in the game at some point. And he's been a healthy scratch the first 3 or 4 weeks. They've got to find out who he is at some point.
Well, I don't disagree with that, but the running game is the least of their worries right now. So Javonte Williams has done a pretty good job there. So
no, he's been great.
He really has. Sure. I just want to see Eberflus have some stones and maybe, I don't know, blitz occasionally. Do something different than what he's doing and get out of that zone deep. Trayvon Diggs is even saying that today. Hey, can we play man-to-man occasionally? That'd be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get Eber flustered.
No, we're there with that defense. It's just as bad as your fantasy football
at least they're
team.
not 0-4, Bob. You know.
Hey, 0-4 in our league, and I think I'm 3rd or 4th in points. 0-4 in my other league, and 0-5 in my college football league. I'm 0-13 in fantasy football this year.
Again,
awesome.
Another check mark on I learned from Joe Reinagel.
No, hey, don't let anybody fool you. I learned everything from Bob Ballou. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's a lie.
Yeah. Bob Ballou, KEYE Television. Check out the Stampede podcast. It's Bob, some guy named Mac Brown, and some other dude named Vince Young. It's really good stuff. Bob,
I know those guys.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Yes.
Yeah. Appreciate you, Bob.
Have fun this weekend, Bob.
All right, guys. Look forward to it. Talk to you next week.
Bob Ballou on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com.
Bob Ballou, good dude, man. He really is. And he's nervous. Everybody should be a little bit nervous because he's the biggest homer I've ever seen.
I know. I got to check. Does Bob Ballou have Jaydon Blue on his fantasy football bench?
I don't know if he does or not.
This team needs help.
He needs some help. He really does. He really does. And you know what needs help? And I want to get back to it if we can on the other side. The Spurs. Let's go. We need to get this vote out and get this done. Gina Ortiz Jones is doing a media tour. We're talking about that and a whole lot more when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, best way to do that, call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They're discreet and confidential and open 24/7. Offices all over San Antonio and Texas. Services nationwide. If you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149. Call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
Riding home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
At Frost, we believe in going the extra mile, like opening more locations to be a part of more communities. Overdraft grace, which means no fee if you overdraw your Frost Personal or Frost Plus account by $100 or less. And the little things like cookies, coffee, or that time when there was a fire at a Fort Worth daycare and Frost bankers entertained 26 kids with snacks and games until their parents could pick them up. That actually happened. Frost, exactly what you unexpected.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. $400 off with trade-in and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country. 210-656-PURE.
Check them out at ConnecticutSA.com and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
License number 38961.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Playoff baseball this afternoon. The Cleveland Guardians have tied up their series with the Detroit Tigers 1 game apiece. They win today by a score of 6-1. Padres trying to do the same thing against the Chicago Cubs. They're up right now, middle of the 6th, going to the bottom of the 6th. It is the Padres with a 3-0 lead right now. And Paris Campbell back on the Cowboys practice squad. Cowboys signed him today.
SportsCenter brought to you by Centergenics. Book your appointment at fixmylowt.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
And you know what day it is. Hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Yeah. I hope everybody's having a great hump day out there, whatever you may be doing, however you're listening to this fine program. We certainly appreciate it. I'm Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
And it is Wednesday. It is hump day. Joe said earlier in the show it's his favorite day of the week. And
Absolutely.
I call BS on that.
No, it is.
It's Wednesday. It's middle of the week. I understand your logic, but it's not the best day. It could be in the running for, but so we put up a poll because we were overly creative today. What is the best day of the week? Now, YouTube only gives you 4 options, so Pledge chose Wednesday, Saturday, Friday, Sunday, in that order on the poll. Why, I don't know. Right now, Friday is leading at 37%, Saturday at 33%, Sunday at 16%, and Joe's favorite day at 14%.
Well, you got to look at the logic here. Why hump day is the best day? Because, I get to say hump day.
All right.
And that's
hump
kind of.
day?
You like saying the word hump?
I do.
You going to put it on a T-shirt like the Clippers?
I have a T-shirt that somebody made me.
Oh, that's right.
It says Hump Day.
Yeah. Do you know where it is?
Which was very nice. Yeah, I wore it in Mexico the last time I was there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Wear it around the house occasionally, too.
All right. It's at the bottom of the drawer somewhere.
Well, it's there. I know exactly where it is. It's in good shape.
If you get to it, Maggie needs to do some laundry.
So I was appreciating Maggie. Joe needs to do some laundry. What was I going to say?
Who knows?
So Wednesday's good, though, because you're sliding into the weekend, and you got something to look forward to.
Well, isn't Thursday really sliding into the weekend?
No, it's hump day. Thursday doesn't have a day.
Thursday doesn't have a day?
No, it doesn't have a theme. It's just Thursday.
It's Small Friday.
Oh, please. Who actually says that, Small Friday?
A.J. Hoffman.
Well, there you go. There's the problem right there. Look, Thursday's fine, but I like hump day. I'm looking forward to the weekend, and when you get to Thursday, it's cool. By the time Friday's here, it's like, yeah, okay, the weekend's here already. Saturday's a good day.
But don't you enjoy the actual weekend more?
Well, no, because he's stressing about Monday, and he can't wait for Wednesday.
Exactly. Nobody likes Monday, although last Monday was a good day. It was our golf tournament.
Yeah.
So it was fun. I like hump day. It's my favorite day of the week.
See, and I mean, sure, it's middle of the week. There's no football on.
No, but I'm getting ready for football. I'm getting all the information ready, getting ready for a Thursday night game.
So you're working?
Well, kind of.
Yeah.
I don't call that work.
Well, our job is everybody else's hobby,
Well,
but
exactly.
You know what I'm saying.
No, exactly.
I'm with you.
So I'm looking at it. I'm doing a little research. Who are you going to bet on Thursday night football? Then the college is coming up, and you got high school football on Friday. You got all those things to look forward to. When you're in the middle of it, you're just in the middle of it. You're having fun, yes, but I like to look forward to things.
I guess I don't know. I'm like, it's Wednesday. It's what's on TV. Although we started a series last night because the 2 days that aren't available to watch shows because the wife requires that. We started a series on Netflix called Black Rabbit.
Black Rabbit?
Have you seen that?
I have not.
Dude. I'm
good,
2
huh?
episodes in.
Yeah.
Dude.
Huh.
Dude.
It's good.
Yeah.
What is it on?
The Magic Box. It's a Netflix series.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's good.
Last thing I watched was the Charlie Sheen thing.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I haven't started anything else. Maybe I'll do that tonight. I don't know. But
although I saw all kinds of promos on ESPN this morning, which I thought was interesting. I guess the Chicago Fire PD and Med series kicks off tonight. And NBC must be spending a lot of money if they're buying ads on Peacock or buying ads on Disney products to promote NBC.
Well, I'm glad that everybody helps everybody out.
Justin Guerrero in all caps. I mean, Justin Guerrero is screaming through the YouTube channel in all caps, Black Rabbit is good.
Well, I mean, just by the title, it doesn't intrigue me. What's it about? Black Rabbit. I don't want to see any black rabbits. I don't know if I've ever seen a black rabbit.
It's the name of a high-end bar in New York with an underground crime scene aspect to it.
Okay. Sounds good. Any big stars in that?
Jason Bateman.
Okay. He's good.
What was the
Jude Law.
Jude
Law.
Yeah. It's good. It's kind of a, I don't know. At first when I saw it, I thought this seems like a knockoff of Bear, and with Jason Bateman, there's Ozark. There's some elements of that in it. It's got your good crime, drama, high end, all kinds of, and then you start thinking this is what it's going to be, and then boom. And I'm only 2 episodes in, so I think there's 8. It was good.
The synopsis says.
Okay, Pledge, read to me.
Synopsis.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a synopsis. Brothers Jake and Vince, a restaurateur and a gambler, who are forced into the New York criminal underworld when Vince's gambling debts attract loan sharks.
Well, I mean, because, what's his name, Vince? I don't know characters yet. He's in for $140 like Ryan Eagle, and they literally in an elevator cut off his finger.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. That hurt you watching it.
Well, look, I got all my digits still.
Well.
They're still there.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
There might have been a time in my knucklehead life.
You'd have lost a knuckle?
Back in then, yeah, that I could have, but I always seemed to come up with it. I told you that in high school, dude took my golf clubs till I could pay him. Lost money to him on the golf course. I didn't have it. Yeah, what's it? Okay, when you have it, come back. You can have your golf clubs back.
And you let him take your clubs?
What do you mean I let him take my clubs?
You let him take your club? Why did you fight him?
Why? I owed him money. It was the right thing to do.
It was an old dude?
It was an older guy.
Did you cry a little bit? Yes, sir.
No, not at all. It's like
yes, sir.
Look, if you're going to make a bet, you got to pay off. And I was stupid enough to go play golf for money and didn't have any money in my pocket. So he took my golf gloves. I got them back the next day.
Did you go borrow money from your dad or mow a lawn?
That's exactly what I did.
Dad, he took my gloves.
Yeah, well, I had to pay him back too. So
well, I mean, your dad was the bookie. He was the one cutting off fingers.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He understood. No, my dad wasn't cutting anybody's fingers off. I promise you, he couldn't do that.
Try to shove it up their ass.
Yeah, but most people, you make a bet, you pay it off. I mean, that's just the way it works. So you don't welch on a bet. That's a bad thing to do. You just don't do that. So that's what happened. You get golf
Pledge,
clubs
have you
taken
gotten that tomahawk from Joe yet from last year's Prime Picks loser?
Or the year before.
Or the year before.
Or the year before.
Well, that was Rob. Rob owes us about 5 or 6
with
steaks.
as many lunches as I've bought Pledge.
It's still
I think we're
Dairy Queen taco is
still
not a tomahawk
steak.
Dairy Queen tacos, Jersey Mike's, I don't know, barbecue.
Again,
I didn't know there was. Is there a tomahawk on this year's thing?
Not this year.
Oh, of course not. Since I'm leading, of course not. Yeah, I must have missed that day that we had a bet on a tomahawk. Yeah, I don't remember that.
It's in the rules.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good. I'm glad to hear that.
Read the fine print, sir.
I'm glad it's in there because that's good since I'm leading the Prime Picks.
Well, we took it out this year.
Of course you did.
Since the only two guys that have never lost this thing are Pledge and me. And there's always been, since we started it back with Rob, the one guy that actually did pay up on it was Dat Win.
I wasn't here.
I know you weren't here, but we've been doing it that long. Well, you jump in and you're going with it, but we brought up the tomahawks to you before, and like, all right, we'll see.
I do remember the stories about Rob not paying the tomahawk.
Because I just got my trigger. Let me do a couple test runs, and I'll have you guys out to the house when the pool gets finished.
Dude, I know I've never said that.
You did.
No.
How long has the pool been finished?
Because I don't want you two guys in my house. I mean, so I know I've never said that.
Well, no, but you made the bet not thinking you would lose. It's like your golf clubs. I'm going to take them and put them in my car.
Take my golf gloves?
Pledge, go get them out of his car.
Tomahawks. Jeez.
It's still early.
Guys, make up the rules as you go. Yeah, I get it. That's all right. And it's same thing. Alexander says the same thing.
What'd she say?
That I'm going to lose the Pro Football Pick'em Challenge.
You will?
I don't think so.
I mean, you're kind of like A&M right now. Things are good, but you know what's coming.
The story's not written yet. Huh?
You know what's coming. Exactly.
Okay.
Somebody
gotcha.
I know. We can't crown anybody yet. It's early.
Well, it is early.
It's early. I'm just not a believer in it, even though they're doing what they're doing. I
totally agree with that.
I've seen your picks for years, man. I know what you're going through right now won't last.
Well, you know what they say, even that blind squirrel finds an acorn now and then.
Yeah.
Might be my time to find an acorn.
It might.
It very well could be.
But I'm going to bet it won't.
Is there a beer bet on it? Is that what you're saying?
Beer and tomahawks?
Yeah.
So if I lose this bet, you're finally going to do the tomahawks and I show up with a 6-pack of Flight by Yingling? Yeah, I'll take that bet. I'll take that bet.
Well, we got to move on. We're up against the clock right
here
now.
We go.
Dude, I just don't remember the tomahawks. I think you and Pledge are making that up. I really do.
I know.
Kind of like Gina Ortiz Jones makes things up when she goes on KSAT TV.
She just wants a deal like the rest of us.
I guess so. Making things up as far as I'm concerned. Did you hear that? I did. We're talking about it when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, injuries do happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get straight to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray casting and bracing. In fact, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday at noon, the Cowboys are in the Garden State of New Jersey, taking on the New York Jets at MetLife Stadium. Pre-game starts at 11. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam.
You like that? How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Football season is in full swing, and Underdog is the best place to get in on all the action. Playing on Underdog is so simple. You pick your favorite players if they're going to go higher or lower on their stats, like rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns. You get them right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. The easiest money going these days, whoever's playing quarterback against the Cowboys, they're going higher on their yards, right? Puka Nakua's catching 10 footballs a week. Let's go higher on him. And it's not just football. They've got baseball, UFC, whatever you love, they've got it at Underdog. It's so simple, guys. Download the app today, sign up with promo code Alamo, score $100 in bonus funds when you play for your first $5. That's promo code Alamo, A-L-A-M-O. Underdog, make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hi, I got hurt in a wreck, but I don't know if it's really worth getting an attorney.
Don't worry, you called the right place.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7, and you don't pay unless we win. We recently secured a jury verdict for $210 million in a wrongful death case. So if you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Hey, it's football season and your furry MVP deserves a win. Hey, it's Rob, and reminding you Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit in Selma is a luxury pet care resort with over 17,000 square feet of fun, plus training, spa days, and acres to play. Book today at 210-750-1298.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions, and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Happy Thursday on the Morning Huddle. That's right. NFL is back in our laps. Got a big game tonight. We'll talk about that. Start previewing the weekend.
And as football continues, baseball's playing right now. We'll catch you up with everything that happened and will happen today. Get here early. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Eddie Vedder singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" at the Cubs game right now, so we had to come back with a little Pearl Jam.
Yeah, why not? Cubs trailing the Padres 3-0.
Pledge, find the audio of Eddie Vedder doing the seventh inning stretch.
Yeah, that was always my favorite part of that, though, back when
Harry Carey?
Yeah, when Harry Carey did it, and it was just, it was fun. It was a tradition, because back in those days, you either watched Atlanta Braves or Chicago Cubs baseball, because that's all you could get.
That's all you could get. That's why there's so many Cubs fans out there.
Well, they're
and Braves fans.
Are there Braves fans out there?
There are.
There are?
There are.
I don't know. I don't know how you get to be a Cubs fan. That's just kind of a, you just torture yourself.
You're a Titans fan.
Well, there's that.
I mean, there are a lot of fan bases that are tortured. None more than the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, at least you got some trophies. I will give you that.
Well, sure. I mean,
I don't know. It's sad. Just growing up a Cardinal fan, though, and Cub fans know this because they hate the Cardinals too. It's just there's just that one team you hate. It's like you with, I don't know, what's worse, Philly, Washington, or the Giants?
Both.
Both.
I mean, Washington growing up was good. Philly, now that they're good, they're right up there. Basically, all teams that wear yellow pants.
Pittsburgh and Green Bay.
Green Bay, Pittsburgh, Washington. That was the common denominator for me growing up. A Spurs fan, hate the Lakers. What do they wear? Yellow shorts, right? Texas beat USC in the national championship, yellow pants. Until my daughter went to Arizona State, I didn't root for anybody that wore yellow pants.
And you root for yellow pants there?
Well, Arizona State.
Wow.
Sometimes they
well, they're not actually yellow pants. You mentioned USC. It's gold.
Whatever.
It's crimson and gold.
Well, I mean, sure.
It's kind of like the 49ers. They're not yellow pants.
They're not. They're more gold, where Pittsburgh is yellow.
Too. See, I don't like Pittsburgh. Growing up an Oiler fan, it was always the Steelers that beat the Oilers. So I didn't like Pittsburgh at all. Still don't like Pittsburgh, especially now because they're quarterback. Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm. God, you're grumpy.
I think he's the worst in the league, isn't he?
Aaron?
Aaron?
At what?
At everything.
I don't know. I don't know. Do we have the audio now?
Oh, wow. Right. Look at Pledge.
Yeah, working quick.
All right, Wrigley. Are you ready? Are you sure you're ready?
I think that was short.
Let them hear how much we care.
Preach, Eddie.
A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball.
Who's singing with them?
Take me out to the crowd.
Nobody's drunk.
Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if we never get back, for it's root for the coming. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's one. We strike your out at the old ball game.
Wow.
So you said it was Chris Chelios that was with them?
There were no two people singing there. That was one person.
I think that was two.
I don't think so. That was just bad, whoever it was.
Eddie Vedder, bad.
Dude, was that good? I mean, seriously, was it?
No. No, it wasn't good.
But I don't care. He's not there to be good. It's just you're singing the song and you're having some fun with it. So
it was Chris Chelios.
Chris Chelios.
Do you know who Chris Chelios is?
I have no clue. I have no idea.
Legendary hockey player.
Oh.
Played for the Blackhawks.
Mm-hmm.
Played for a number of teams. Hockey Hall of Famer.
That's good.
You still have no idea, huh?
I don't care. It's like hockey. Well,
noted Atlanta Braves fan John Robbins just said he's got a friend at the game. It was Chris Chelios. Since you said there were no Braves fans.
Well, I knew actually John was a Braves fan. I figured he was listening too. Just a little,
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Just kind of roll it. Now, because we're running up against, let's punt on Gina till the next segment because I got to tell the story. That,
okay. Here we go.
During the last break, and this should never ever happen. I'm in the restroom. Standing at the urinal.
Yeah.
Hear somebody walking in behind me. I don't even look up to see who it is. They have to go in the stall because our bathroom has 2 stalls and 1 urinal.
Right.
And then I hear, who the left the log and didn't flush? Halen. Our engineer, mad as hell right now because somebody didn't flush.
Well,
that should never happen.
I
at
don't
work.
blame Halen.
Mm-hmm.
Which should never happen anywhere. What, are you going to leave a bunch of logs in your toilet at home?
No, but you're right. It should never happen anywhere, but it certainly should never happen at work.
I don't blame Halen. Now, look, I don't know about Halen. I don't think he could get mad enough to scare anybody. I mean, honestly, he's a nice guy, but he's not exactly. He looks like he's 12.
He does look like he's 12, but yeah, you're right. But but he can still get mad.
Well, he can, and I'm glad he got mad. So whoever that was, if you're listening, flush the damn toilet.
Well, who's working right now that you would think would do that? Now, I say that, in the break before that, you went down the hall.
Yeah, but I never made it to the bathroom. Pledge went down the hall.
I wasn't in there long enough.
I didn't make it down there. I got stuck talking to Sam and Greg.
Okay.
So they're in the building.
See, I don't think it would be Sam and Greg. Sean Rima has left the building.
He's left. Don Cooper's here.
It's not Don.
No?
Don is so germaphobe. I mean, he walks around with his own towel, right? And you see him scrubbing up after, he's in there like he's getting ready for surgery and then uses like 50 towels to open the door. It wasn't Don.
Ben Bailey's here.
He uses the other side. It was Alex.
See, there's 2 different restrooms here. There's one in the management side over there that us riffraff are not allowed to go to during working hours. So I go in there after working hours. And then there's the one that us riffraff get to use, and that's the one where the log was left. So that's the way that goes.
See, we can't blame Shelton for it.
No. Unless his ghost is roaming around here somewhere. Poor Shelton, man. I miss that guy.
Me too, but he would.
I know.
Now, if Shelton would have found that, we would all have had, by now, a strongly worded email, and there would be signs that were printed and posted.
Is there not an email from Halen? Not yet.
Not yet.
There should be.
No, because then he immediately wanted to tell me about the rattlesnake he ran into yesterday at the transmitter site.
Oh, my goodness. Halen's a good dude.
Note to, if you're at work, flush.
Don't leave a floater.
Don't say it that way.
Nobody wants that.
I mean, because by now,
I need a floater.
It couldn't have been. It couldn't have been Vic or AJ, because they've been out of the building long enough. Somebody.
Well, how do you know that nobody's had to poop since they left? I could very well see that being Vic or AJ, because from what I hear, and all granted, I listen to the guys in the morning limited, just driving here to there, but Vic's always in the toilet.
Well, I mean, he's got medical reasons to always be.
I need a floater. I don't need one. We need to change it. I don't need
some
floaters.
Some of us can just hold it until you get home.
Yeah,
Vic cannot.
Stick a cork in it, man.
Stop.
I mean, jeez. There have been emergencies back in my day at Ken's 5 where you had to do that. But, I mean, unless it's just an emergency, I'm holding that baby. Now I may be cramping by the time I get home, but I'm holding it, man.
Ryan Angle does the penguin walk a lot. I mean, he's got that turd playing peekaboo with his underwear, but he ain't letting it out.
He ain't kidding.
Yeah.
Not here.
No. Beach, that's a whole nother story.
Well, that's called a shark.
I need a floater.
That was unintentional.
Really?
Yes. Unintentional. I wish there would have been a camera of my face on that thing, because it would have been, whoa, what? Whoa, what happened?
Dude, speaking of, if you watch Survivor, which I don't, but former Ken's TV personality Savannah Louie is on this year's version of Survivor.
Has that come out yet?
Yeah, they've had a couple episodes.
They have? Okay.
Yeah. But I was reading one of the interviews that she did about how real it is. Like, they don't give granola bars, and yes, when you got to poop, you got to go into the ocean.
Well, nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying I have or have not, but I'm just saying.
You do.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
I try not to do that there either, but I mean, I'm not opposed to getting in there and, swimming around while you're taking a pee-pee.
Floater.
A pee-pee?
A pee-pee.
Or
tinkle.
Well, peeing in the ocean's one thing.
Well, sure.
Well,
when you're drinking beer, there's really no other place to go.
But taking a dump in the ocean.
No, I've never done that.
You've never done that?
Never have done that.
You've never done that.
The incident we're talking about happened at a urinal, and I thought I had to release some gas, and as I did, well, something else happened. So I had to take my
never trust a fart.
Going Comanche or Commando. Comanche.
Comanche?
You know what I'm talking about.
Not at all.
So I had to go the rest of the night, with no drawers on. So I had
just left them right there on the urinal floor?
I think I threw them in the nearest trash can, yes. What am I going to do? Underwear with a bunch of poop in it. I mean, what are you going to do with that? Carry it around with you?
You'd be like George Brett, man.
Holy cow.
That George Brett story about his time at Bellagio.
I thought he was rounding the bases. No?
You've never seen that video?
Not at Bellagio, no.
Well, there's not video of him at Bellagio with...
well, that's good. I'm glad.
Actually, it's Bellagio. There's video somewhere.
I'm sure there is.
But him telling the story. He says he poops his pants twice a year.
One's at Bellagio?
He told the story of Bellagio.
Wow. Mm-hmm. And the other was running the bases, right? And didn't he do that when he slid into home?
I don't know. I try not to keep up with people and how often they poop their pants. But speaking of poop, let's get into this Gina Ortiz Jones story, because she's full of it.
She pooped her pants last night on KSAT, I'm afraid, saying things that just aren't true. And we'll hear from the mayor of this fine city of San Antonio when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, and you need your logo on any kind of gear, make sure you get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. Sam has all the big name brands like North Face, Eddie Bauer, Nike, Travis Matthew, Port Authority, to name a few. So if you need your logo on a nice golf shirt, go see Sam. He's got a full line now of Tommy Bahama. So if you want your logo on a nice Tommy Bahama shirt, a quarter zip jacket, Sam's got it. Incredible pricing, and that pricing includes the logo. If you need caps made, Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom, including the popular Richardson 112 style trucker caps, Katie caps, Nike cap, American, to name a few. Over 700 uniform lines to choose from, and if you need t-shirts screen printed, go see Sam. Nobody has better prices. He is the only company in Texas that offers one-day turnaround. No order too small, no order too big. Call 210-824-3900, 824-3900, or get into that massive showroom down on San Pedro, 1 mile inside Loop 410, right there across from McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to SASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an Audience National contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Feel like hitting the jackpot? At Thomas J. Henry, we're making it happen, and you don't even need to buy a ticket. We're giving away $5,000 in cash every week to 5 people from now till December. And then in December, we're giving 2 lucky winners $100,000 each. No scratch-offs, no numbers to pick. Just go to thomasjhenrylaw.com and enter today. Thomas J. Henry. Big wins. No ticket required. No purchase necessary. See rules at thomasjhenrylaw.com.
Hey guys, do you want male performance in the bedroom and do you want it now? Get it in 47 seconds or less. For the first time, you can have instant male enhancement. Introducing Nox 47, the topical male enhancement that works in 47 seconds or less. Satisfaction guaranteed. Finally, after years of scientific research, our proprietary formula will allow you to perform in the bedroom like never before. Just imagine that little blue pill on steroids. No reason to settle and wait when you can get instant performance now. Forget about pills and potions that make you wait hours or up to 30 days to work. That's yesterday's news. Nox 47 is brand new. The hottest thing for men. And you don't need a prescription. Call now and get your free supply for a limited time.
To find out how to get Nox 47 for free, call now. 800-481-9908. That's 800-481-9908. Free bottles for limited time. Call 800-481-9908. That's 800-481-9908.
Stop wasting money on hard water costs. Go get yourself a Connecticut water system. It's one of the few household appliances that pays for itself. These things are quiet, efficient, reliable, and non-electric. But the best part is you'll save money when you own a Connecticut water softener. Connecticut water softeners are specifically designed to solve virtually any water problem you may have. Living in the hill country, you folks have some serious hard water that costs you major money in cleaning supplies and wear and tear on your appliances. Plus, Connecticut water softeners are guaranteed to remove more impurities and perform more efficiently with lower lifetime costs than any other softener on the market. So, for the best water softener in the business and to save money, call Connecticut today. 656-PURE. That's 656-PURE or ConnecticutSA.com.
ConnecticutSA.com.
License number 38961.
Pork rinds are the crunch time hero of the snack aisle. Low carb, collagen packed, and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. The PorkRinds.com Instagram will make a crunch time donation with each share of the Crunch Time Hero College Football Post, with each share equaling a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to helping families dealing with DIPG-DMG pediatric brain cancer. Share on Instagram today and grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe pork rinds at HEB.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday evening at 6:30, the Aggies take on the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Presented by Just Ponce. Pre-game at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Oh, funny stuff. Funny stuff.
He just saw the George Brett video.
That is hilarious.
About the Bellagio.
Yeah. Now I know. If you haven't seen it, just go find it. You can look it up. It is funny and it's worth your time. I was laughing pretty hard there. It's hilarious the way he's telling the story.
Great story.
Oh man, happy you're with us here on a hump day. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix, and Oh, that was funny.
Yeah, it was. And again, he says he's good to poop his pants a couple times a year. That's a dude. Yeah, what's
Well,
last time
George
you?
Brett, he can do that.
Well, I mean, great storyteller.
Yeah.
And I'd check that, though.
Yeah, that's hilarious. That is hilarious.
Now, there's one thing about talking about poop and actually talking poop. And, I've been unsure of our mayor since she became our mayor.
Mm-hmm.
And she has yet to come on this show.
No,
she's been invited many, many times. But she does do regular appearances on KSET and on News 4. For whatever reason, I don't think she does regular appearances on Ken's.
Well, because they might ask her follow-up questions. I don't know.
All right. Shot fired. So last night I get home and put on the TV, and it's still on KSAT because the Monday night game. And she's on. And I'm like, all right. Now, at first I thought, well, this must be old for whatever reason because it's the same crap that she was saying before the vote on the term sheets.
Yep.
But no, it was live. So she has not updated her talking points, even though she's apparently spending a lot of money with this communications company out of D.C. I did see a promo that News 4 is going to expose the reasons why she chose that company.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, tonight.
Wow.
Yeah, well, apparently they're friends, as opposed to going with, I don't know, a local company and keeping that money local if you're not going to hire somebody. That's another story. But hearing her talk about the arena and everything that we have heard and seen from the city manager, from city council members that will come on this show, to the Spurs, right? There will be no local taxpayer dollars. Like this is a tourism tax, and the other money is from a state fund that goes towards venues. And if San Antonio doesn't use it, that money will go to some other kind of venue project in another city in the great state of Texas. That's earmarked from Austin. But when you listen to Gina Ortiz Jones last night on KSAT, I guess her attempt to try to confuse people that are unsure.
Well, I think he's right to be concerned. I think it's important, and that's why you've heard me be kind of a broken record on the need for an independent economic study. Let's understand, can we in fact support this many arenas? What is the impact on general fund? How do we pay for the cops, firefighters, et cetera, et cetera? Not only do we do no harm to our budget, but hey, by the way, can we strengthen our budget? Can we get some money from the renaming rights? Again, revenue sharing is very important. We just earlier were talking about the financial situation. I'm very concerned. I don't think about the Spurs arena without thinking about our budget gap over the years. And again, fiscal analysis shows us if we don't do anything to help ourselves, our city's budget gap is $220 million by the year of our Lord 2030, right? So we have to help ourselves, and that's why we've got to ask, and closed mouths don't get fed. Right? So let's make sure that the numbers make sense, and we're also doing things to help our general fund. That's how I think about that deal, because $800 million, which is the county's portion, and I think about it that way. You know why? Because I live in the city, which means I pay the $311 toward the county, and I pay the $489 from the city.
You don't.
So $800 million toward a $1.3 billion stadium. As we just talked about some of the financial headwinds that we're going to face here, we want to make sure this makes sense in the interim, but also in the long term, right? And we can help ourselves and certainly future mayors and city councils, but the future of San Antonio. Let's think, what did we just read in the news? San Antonio is now the third most impoverished large city in the country. So we got to help ourselves, and that's why I'm so adamant about making sure we got an independent study, the numbers make sense, and ensuring that the voters have sufficient awareness of it. You've heard me say I was very surprised that Prop B ballot language does not include $311 million, which is in fact what a county voter would be on the hook for. But all told, let's be very clear: $1.3 billion stadium. If you live in the city, you're on the hook for $800 million.
That's just false. And I'll go back to the Bexar County thing. What you're voting on in November is strictly Bexar County. It is my understanding. The problem I have is there's a couple of problems. The way they put it on the ballot is very confusing to a lot of people. There's two propositions. One's A and B.
Yep.
And it's very confusing. But that $311 million comes, it's to approve a tourism tax. If you stay downtown in a hotel or you rent a car, that's where that tax comes from. Now, if local residents, Bexar County residents, go stay in a hotel anywhere in this city, then, well, yeah, you're paying for it. Then you're on the hook for it. Other than that, you're not. And that's just false. And I said that kind of in jest, but I didn't see the interview, so I want to be fair to KSAT. I don't know if they asked a follow-up question to that or not, or challenged her on her or what she was saying there.
Well,
and I hope that they did. I hope they took some time to challenge her on what she just said there.
According to one of the Spurs mailers, zero cost to San Antonio taxpayers to build the new downtown arena. Nothing. Financing depends on tourist taxes, not property or sales taxes. And that is a fact. The Spurs are contributing $2.1 billion total to the overall project. That's billion. There's state money, and there is tourism taxes. And, you know, the 311 is a part of it, but one of the reasons why it's 311 is because that's also going to help the current Frost Bank Center. So, because she asked, you know, Peter Sakai has concerns over the east side. They still want to do some things on the east side.
Of course they do.
Promises were not kept when that thing was built. It was a bleep show. And my guess is trying to make sure that isn't repeated. Well, when you're putting it downtown, it's obviously not going to be repeated because it's already in a desirable area, right? The reason it went to the east side, for those of us that were here when that was going on, is because the city and the county couldn't get on the same page, and the county ultimately stepped up and got it done to keep San Antonio, the Spurs in San Antonio. And what drives me nuts, it's not operating from a place of fear. It is operating from a place of reality. We've all seen professional franchises move when they can't get help in getting new buildings done. So it's not fear. It's not a threat. The Spurs have never said that if you don't build it, we will leave. They've never said that. But the reality is, what do you think is going to happen? And she was asked last night on KSAT, Gina Ortiz Jones, about the potential impact on the Spurs if they leave if a vote fails.
So, again, I don't think we should operate from a position of fear. I think it's really important we go into this eyes wide open. And doesn't that include all sides? Most certainly, but I can't hypothesize on something that is not my decision.
Not your decision.
What we can do is make sure our folks are informed, make sure the numbers make sense, make sure we understand our fiscal reality in terms of the cost and the potential benefits.
So stop that, Pledge. What I would really like to see, because she's so up on data, she never actually lays out her parts on the fiscal aspects of things, right? If she does actually have any kind of data, wouldn't they be putting that out right now? This is what they're saying, but this is the reality that I'm looking at. That's what she has yet to do since this whole thing started, is clearly explain why she is opposed to this. You know, she says this money could be for this or that, but that can't be used. This money cannot be used for some of the projects that she mentions. So I wish she would clearly state why she seems so against this.
Well, we'd have to ask her, and I wish we could ask her if she would come on this program, but she won't.
But people have, and she comes back to these same old talking points that hold no water.
Well, look, and I don't know a lot about this, so I don't want to talk out of both sides of my mouth here. But when you build a building downtown in this development, the city will get paid for that. Because the way it was explained to me, that property right there, if it's just property, and I guess the Institute of Texan Cultures, and I'm not sure what kind of property taxes they were paying. When you start building that arena there, the property taxes, 30% of that goes to the city. So that money will go to the city. That's the way it was explained to me today. And I need to get my friend on so he can explain. It's very difficult to explain.
Sure.
So when you start building a building, all of a sudden that accumulates property taxes.
Yep.
The city gets 30% of that, the way it was explained to me. And so there will be revenue coming back to the city in the form of taxes on that building that they're building in downtown San Antonio. I mean, that's just a part of it, not to mention the fact that all the businesses down there that open businesses will be paying taxes to the city. And so, I mean, it's so unbelievable. It is confusing, and she's taking advantage of the confusing nature of this entire thing, trying to confuse a bunch of people that don't have a clue, like me. That's why the Spurs, whoever they've got, need to get out and educate people, and not just a flyer. A flyer is great, and I know some people keep those. A lot of people don't. There's got to be a campaign that has got to come out and state facts, spit them out factually, exactly what the Spurs are going to do and how it's going to benefit San Antonio and what the city is going to get out of this, instead of listening to the mayor flat out lie, because that's what she did.
Well, I mean, and again, she's seemingly fear-mongering when we don't want to operate from a place of fear.
Lying.
But,
I mean, she's just flat out lying.
When you look at it. And then she says she wants a deal. But she doesn't scream that from the mountaintop, obviously. The part that is odd, you go back to when we had District 1 council member on, Dr. Sukor. District 1 generates more tax revenue than anybody else because of the hotels. The hotel occupancy tax is approved by the hotel community, right? Whatever their organization is called. They're self-imposing that tax. They have to agree to that tax because they know it's going to be good for business. And then when you add in that entertainment district, I don't know if you've ever gone anywhere and bought a beer, but, they add extra taxes to that. There is going to be more revenue coming in when this thing is built downtown. More people are going to go out to eat. Right now, you go to a Spurs game or go to a concert. You might go out to eat or you eat at home, and then you get to the arena, and then you get the hell out of Dodge. Tommy Calvert will blame cones. And again, but there's nothing to do around that arena, and there's not going to be anything to do around that arena. I do think when they built it there and they made the promises of development, they probably had really good intentions that they could pull that off. But business owners would have to do their studies and their data to see if this is a good place to open their business, and clearly they have decided it's not because no development has happened down there.
Well, and you'd have to get people out of their homes. There's a whole thing. And that project was a disaster. And I can see where people point to that, because it was. It was mishandled by the mayor that was mayor at the time. Cindy Cryer came in and saved that deal, put it on the east side, and things just kind of fell apart. But I remember it clearly when at that time the SBC Center was built. Bars, restaurants, all over the place. It's going to be an entertainment, and none of that happened. So I get it. I understand why people might be a little bit hesitant to believe anything that anybody's saying right now. But I just don't want politicians, and they're so good at it. They're so good at it, just telling you what you need to know according to them. And what she's saying about that Bexar County $311 million is just not true. It's not true. You're not going to be on the hook for that. I'm not going to be on the hook for that. None of us are, unless we go downtown and stay in a hotel. So, I mean, it's just, to me, you come on and you go on a program like that and flat out lie. That to me, I got a real problem with that.
The other part, because I know she wants this independent study, I can't wait to see what News 4 exposes tonight about the PR firm that she hired and what personal ties apparently are there. Well, they put together a really good teaser promo. I don't know what it says. Well, then they've got
a good story then.
Yeah.
Or they're not promoting it like that.
And again, apparently there's some personal connections on the company that she hired, with a lot of people saying, okay, cool, you can't find somebody to keep the job there, so you hire a firm that does it for the $10,000 a month. But why didn't you go with a local company? Why a company out of the city? Apparently, and again, I don't know. I just saw the promo and went, oh, that's going to be good.
Well, of course it is. And again, they wouldn't be promoting it like that if they didn't have something. So they obviously have something. And Fred, I think on our YouTube page, our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, you can go there as well. Like and subscribe if you would, and get in on the chat that's going on there. Says that they do have a Monday with the Mayor on Ken's TV.
Oh, they do? Okay.
So that's what he was saying. I have not seen it, Fred, but I believe you, and I can find that out pretty quickly whether they do or not. But I'd like to know I would really like to know in that KSAT interview. Do you have the whole thing?
Pledge does.
You got the whole thing? Was there a follow-up question, Pledge, when she was spouting this off?
No.
Okay.
I mean, those were the two questions on Project Marble.
Okay. I don't understand.
And the other thing, KSAT, when she's there, get her a box to stand on.
Nah, I like it better this way.
Stop.
No.
Stop.
Whether they do or not, it's my goodness. Come on. We got to get to the truth, and that's what these TV stations are supposed to do. Get the truth and make sure that if somebody's saying something that's not true, you call them on it. And call them on it. It's going to be okay, I promise you. I don't think any of their news directors are saying, hey, don't start a fight with the mayor. I'm pretty sure they're not doing that. And they need to ask her follow-up questions. If you want to comment on this, then you can comment on it. And either way, our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, you can go there. Again, like and subscribe. Get hold of Jason at Jason Minix on Twitter. I'm at Joe Reinagle 210. Or if you want to do it the old-fashioned way, give us a call, 656-3776, 656-ESPN. We'd like to know what you guys have to say about this. We're going to continue talking about this. We're also, Brian Schottenheimer had his press conference today. Talking about it. The Cowboys' injury report looks like a laundry list.
Mm-hmm.
It is enormous. Who's going to play, who's not. Tyler Smith says he may not play this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a problem. We're talking about all of it when we continue here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. First, though, let me spit out some facts about Connecticut quality water softeners. I love mine. Had it in my house this morning. It's funny that I talk about this, and out of the clear blue sky, my wife gets out of the shower. She's getting ready for work, and she came and said, man, the water was so soft today. And I'm going, well, how do you know that? Because a lot of times you can tell. How I tell, there's no film on you, right? You don't get out with all the film. She said, man, it's really soft today. I said, wow, that's interesting. So when I got in the shower, I knew exactly what she meant. The Connecticut quality water softener is that good. You can feel it on your body when you're taking a shower. You can feel it on your clothes when they get out of the laundromat there, or the washing machine. That's what I'm trying to say. Or your dishes when they come out of the dishwasher. You understand what I'm talking about. They are just that much cleaner. This thing does not run on electricity, but it does provide soft water 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And they still have this deal going. Fantastic deal. You buy a Connecticut quality water softener, they're going to give you a free reverse osmosis drinking station installed there at your kitchen sink. I have one. It is fantastic. It's bottled water right there at your kitchen sink. $400 trade-in of your old water softener, and they're going to give you free money. 0% interest for 12 months. 0% interest for 12 months. That's incredible. Give Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country a call. 656-PURE, 656-7873, or you can get them online at ConnecticutSA.com. And you know the jingle, sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE. Connecticut.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
10-yard line, touchdown Vegas, what a wild finish!
Your home for the NFL.
We love high school football and a team you can always count on. Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. Quartermoon is here to tackle the toughest challenges, from plumbing mishaps to AC troubles, with the same dedication and passion that drives a winning touchdown. Our playbook is simple: fair prices, expert service, and a commitment to local families. Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, your winning solution for a comfortable home. Proudly serving our community with local hospitality. From the penthouse to the outhouse to the schoolhouse, call Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC.
License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
Hey Cowboys fans, want to kick off tailgate season with a Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, Rowdy, and a Dallas Cowboys legend? Stop by the HEB Plus, located at 4100 New Braunfels Avenue in Macrelis Market, San Antonio, from 9 a.m. to noon on Sunday, October 5th. You'll even have a chance to enter to win tickets to an upcoming Dallas Cowboys home game, as well as tour the Hall of Fame bus and more. Don't miss out as we roll into town for the Dallas Cowboys Tailgate Tour, presented by HEB.
Get 5 quarts of Valvoline Full Synthetic Motor Oil, a Wix filter, and a $15 gift card after rebate at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
Welcome to Only Murders in the Building,
the official podcast.
Join me, Michael Cyril Creighton, as we go behind the scenes with some of the amazing actors, writers, and crew from season 5.
The audience should never stop suspecting anything.
How can you not be funny crawling around on a coffin?
No, that's true.
Catch Only Murders in the Building official podcast, premiering September 9th wherever you get your podcasts. And watch Only Murders in the Building, streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus for bundle subscribers. Terms apply.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-1783. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-1783. That's 800-575-1783. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, it has just gone final. The San Diego Padres have tied up their series with the Chicago Cubs at 1. San Diego wins today by a score of 3-0. Cleveland Guardians also tied up their series with the Detroit Tigers. They win today by a score of 6-1. And the Cleveland Browns will bench Joe Flacco. They're going to go with rookie third-round pick Dylan Gabriel as their starting quarterback this week. Shedeur Sanders remains third stringer.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a great hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Yeah. Hope you're having a great hump day out there, everybody. And, well, if you get off work at 5 o'clock, I know you are because you're done. You're about to slide over that hump and into the weekend. Congratulations for that. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix. This is The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
On our YouTube page, we do have a poll question. You can go vote about, I don't know, favorite day. Wednesday's not winning.
It's trying to beat Sunday, though, so go vote for Wednesday. Will you do that? It's 1 percentage point behind Sunday. Come on.
Now, a lot of discussion, obviously, with Project Marvel. And as we're discussing it, I got a text, and there is an event happening tonight for education. It's tonight. Judge Peter Sakai and other officials will explain venue tax and answer all questions. It's free. The Bexar County Coliseum venue project, Peter Sakai, and I'm reading this post, they're going to answer all the questions for everything that's going to be on that November 4th ballot. Happening over at the Freeman Coliseum Expo Hall A, 6 to 6:30 an open house, 6:30 to 8 p.m. presentations and Q&A. Now, part of my problem with this is this was posted on Judge Sakai's page 2 days ago, according to the screenshot that was sent to me. And it's got 16 likes, and it's been shared 4 times. Not enough people know about this. Now, I learned about it when it got texted to me
5 minutes ago.
Technically 8 if I'm being accurate.
All right.
And I know that there are things like this that happen, and I always seem to see them afterwards. Now, we in the sports department, not in the news business, but at the same time, I do watch local news, and things like this, you would think we would hear about it. If I'm not hearing about it and you're not hearing about it and James isn't hearing about it, how many other hundreds of thousands of people aren't hearing about it? But they see a clip from the mayor on the news or on social media. I saw the interview last night by happenstance. I normally don't watch the news when I get home, but as I turned my TV on, it was still on KSAT from the Monday night game the night before. So it is frustrating because I know there are things being done, but what is happening for those like me that are in favor of this that aren't getting the word out? You know, the opposition is being a lot louder, and I realize she's the mayor and she's got deals with every TV stations and she has her talking points, but, you know, she's basically blasting Judge Peter Sakai on KSAT last night when asked, about his concerns, and she's like, I don't know why he didn't ask for a better deal. We're going to get a better deal. And I'm like, well, wow, did she just really hammer the county judge? Did she really just do that?
That's not a winning plan for the mayor.
I think she did, and I hope the county judge will call in. He's been invited. I realize he's got a big event tonight, so in preparations for that tonight, maybe he could spare 5 minutes to invite people over to his open house that they're just now hearing about it, or to, I don't know, comment on what he heard from the mayor. I wonder if he gets daily updates on this is what she said today. And then he rolls his eyes and figures out what's next.
I doubt it because he's too busy to worry about what she's saying, I have a feeling. But again, just going back to this event, Jason, I didn't know about it. We live in Bexar County.
Yeah.
We're voters. I'd kind of like I'd like to be informed about something like that. I haven't heard of it, and this is what I'm talking about. If these kinds of things are going on, they need to be publicized and publicized heavily so people know. And if you've got questions, concerns, you can go to things like this where it's explained. And that's the problem I have. And I don't know, and I don't want to get on anybody's case, especially because I am on the side of the Spurs on this thing. I think everybody knows that listens to this show. But I think they need to do a better job of getting the word out and getting the facts out. If the mayor's on all 3 stations, which apparently she is every week, then I'm sure, just knowing the news director I work for at Ken's, if they want to come on the show or the morning show, I'm sure, or do an interview, I'm sure that would be allowed. And I don't know why they're not getting the word out even more, or even here. You can come on this show anytime you want. You want to get the word out? Boom. It's out. Let's go.
Yeah, and I'm waiting for the big mass marketing campaign from Spurs Sports and Entertainment or whatever project it might be, right? I mean, the reality, And maybe they're waiting till it's close to election. It's October 1.
That's a mistake in my mind. If you're waiting close to the election, that needs to get out now. And hammer people up until the election.
I don't know how the political world works. I know for campaigning, they have so much money and they have to spend it. So you get longer campaigns. Is it better a week or two out before the election because people can act on it then? But how many people have made up their mind?
That's it.
That's the part. We need this education. We need really, and I guess both sides need to do it.
They
go from there.
Both sides need to do it, Jason, but they need to do it factually.
Yeah.
And you're not telling what's not true.
Political ads and facts.
Well, look, it's one thing to stretch the truth or maybe dance around it, but to go on KSAT 12 and say we're going to be on the hook for $311 million if this passes is just not accurate. It's false. And I hate to call anybody a liar, but she knows better than that. But again, somebody watching that's not educated, that doesn't know, is going to say, well, I'm not voting for that then. I'm not going to pay higher taxes. And that's what she wants. It's just not right. And it needs to be done in a way that people understand. And it's a very difficult thing for people to understand. It is. And the education needs to start, and it needs to start now.
I agree.
We're 2 or 3 weeks away. I don't know when early voting starts. I probably should know that, but it will start here in a couple, 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, well, the election is November 4th, so just over a month away.
Well, there you go. So what is it, about 2 weeks out?
Yeah,
start early voting?
Again, man, that's why we're in the toy department.
All right.
And again, we have requested Judge Peter Sakai. I understand he's busy, but if he's got 5 minutes or 8 or whatever. But he is having an event tonight. I just learned about it, just like you just learned about it. So maybe that'll be on the news, and we'll see what's happening.
Early voting begins October 20th.
All right.
And will run through the 31st of October. So I just looked that up. That's when it happens. So what? We're less than 3 weeks out from early voting. So that's not a long time, and that's going to go pretty quick. And I'm sure there's a plan. There's a lot of smart people over there. But I'd like to see something other than flyers that are mailed to people or signs that are out that may or may not be looked at.
Yeah, that's it. And, get your yards and all that kind of stuff. Now, on our YouTube chat, there is a lot of stuff being written by various people there on the YouTube chat. One, I'd like to say I'm going to hold back until I can kind of verify some things because you never know. But some guy got a lot of good info on there. I just don't know how accurate what he's saying. So I don't want to say it on air, but if you want to go read it, I can't stop you from there. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. And if you want to get involved in the conversation, you're more than welcome to do so. You can do it on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. Go there and join in the chat that's taking place right now on that page. You can also get a hold of Jason at Jason Minix on Twitter. I'm at Joe Reinagle 210. Or if you want to give us a call and express your opinion, or if you feel like you have something we need to know, let us know. 656-377-6656 ESPN. We'll continue on this topic, and I don't know, we may dive into some Dallas Cowboys news as well, because that injury list is bad, and it's a concern. It certainly is. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're having issues at your house with your plumbing, your AC, you know there is one company to call, and that is Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC at 210-651-5899, 651-5899. At Quartermoon, they are experts at worst-case scenarios. Big job, small job, residential or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked, and they have all the equipment needed for any job. No commission. Sales reps, they'll provide estimates and second opinions, and they've got a great experienced staff that has earned an A-plus ranking with the Better Business Bureau. And at Quartermoon, they are green certified. Call them 210-651-5899, 651-5899, or online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
This college football season, the Crunch Time Hero of the Week is brought to you by PorkRinds.com, the nation's premier hub for pork rind lovers everywhere. Each week, a college player will post on Instagram, and each share over a 2-week period equals a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, which helps families who are dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Giving back with the perfect snack to celebrate those big Crunch Time plays. Find your rind at PorkRinds.com or find Southern Recipe pork rinds at H-E-B.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Hornitos Tequila and America's Team have one major thing in common. Everyone can enjoy them. They weren't made just to have a few fans, but to gather people who love high-quality, real Texas football and premium fresh-pressed agave tequila. It's for all our fans. Whether you live in Texas or not, or sip your Hornitos in a Paloma or straight, it's 100% agave tequila for 100% of Dallas Cowboys fans. Hornitos, the tequila de todos. Drink smart. Hornitos Tequila, 40% alcohol by volume. 2025 Salsa Tequila Import Company, Chicago, Illinois.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has all the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats right at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy teams synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've been representing people injured in traffic collisions here in San Antonio for more than 30 years. After a collision, I've spoken to many people who wanted to believe that the other driver's insurance company would be fair and they really didn't need an attorney. They thought that the insurance company would pay their medical bills and do the right thing. I wish that were true, but trying to go it alone is a big, big mistake. If you have been injured, please know the other driver's insurance company has adjusters and attorneys working against your interest. If insurance companies were trying to get to heaven, I'd be out of a job, gladly. That is just not the world we live in, though. Call me as soon as you can if you are injured in a traffic collision. I do not charge anything to review your case with you. I'll tell you what you need to do and what you should not do. If you want a smart and fair result, you'll need to make smart decisions along the way. And that is what I do. You and I will make smart decisions for you and your family, and we'll get justice and fair results. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
For a limited time, get a free K5 reverse osmosis drinking water system when you purchase a Connecticut water softener. Clean, great-tasting water at your kitchen sink. Hurry before they're gone.
Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Here's the tale of the daily Medfield. Same old pharmacy, same old bill, but those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings wrangler rode in, cool as can be. Tap Good RX, saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. The deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang. That one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not a
Dallas Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer goes one-on-one and has some fun with the morning huddles. AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
I mean, literally, when we get done with games and whether we win or lose, my wife she's ready with some suggestions. You know, she'll give me 15 to 30 seconds in the car to kind of unwind, and then she's like, okay, you feel better? I'm like, yeah, I feel better. And then she just starts laying into me like, hey, don't run the ball off the middle on this down, and don't do this, and get the ball to Terp. And I'm like, wow.
Well, I am so happy to hear this, Coach. I'm so happy to hear this. Something tells me Bill Belichick's girlfriend isn't talking football with him on the car ride home.
No, they're talking entirely different conversation, man.
Brian Schottenheimer's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings, presented by AA Best Bell Bonds on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Boy, lots of chatter right now about the mayor's comments on KSAT 12 last night, and some of the other things that she said. Whether you're for this project or against it, either way, we just want the facts out there. And again, I think it's important if you can get out to Freeman Coliseum right now. I'd advise you to get out there. What time does that start, Minix?
The event starts. Hang on. Let me bring this text back up.
You said 6 o'clock to 6:30.
There's open house from 6 to 6:30, and then the presentations and Q&A is 6:30 to 8 p.m. I am told that Judge Peter Sky can't call in before our show ends because they're prepping for tonight. That's understandable. I asked if he can come on tomorrow, and the response is let's shoot for next week.
Well, and that's fine. I'd love to have him back.
The story's not going away.
No, it's not going away. And again, Madam Mayor, if you or anybody that works for you is listening, you are welcome on this program at any time to explain. And obviously, you'll be talking to a couple of guys that are for this project, but I would just like to know why you are so against it and why you would go on KSAT 12 and say things that just flat out aren't true.
Yeah, and again, certainly a hot topic. A lot of people want to comment on it. You can as well on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. Maybe if you're a DC communications company that's working for the mayor. Or you're just here in town, mayor of a small town that is in Bexar County. Either way, or the old-fashioned way, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Steven, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, guys. Just wanted to bring up an idea. If the Communist Jones is so hell-bent against this thing, why doesn't she agree to have a debate with Judge Sakai, and they can both lay out their sides, and then let the people decide what's facts, what's fiction? I know she probably won't, because that would mean she'd have to actually back up her claims, but I think that would be a good suggestion for Judge Sakai to offer.
Well, I would love to see that, and but yeah, I think for the reasons you just mentioned, she won't do that because somebody will actually hold her feet to the fire, which is unfortunate.
I didn't know if a debate had been offered, but I think we get that from one of the councilmen every council meeting.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, Mark does a good job of holding feet to the fire.
Absolutely.
Gary, you're on the Blitz. What's going on?
Hey, I'm not a young person, but in this era we live in, if somebody wants to really get the word out and then tell people about our side, I'm all for the idea. Create something on TikTok, Instagram, X.
Gary, you say that. I mean, tonight's meeting was posted on Judge Sakai's page 2 days ago, and it's got 16 likes and a couple of shares. I'm like, they're trying, but what else can they do? All right. And I mean, I'm told they're expecting a couple hundred people tonight. A couple hundred people, it doesn't seem enough.
But Takai, who really wants to reach out to Takai? Reach out to some younger people that could talk.
He's got a point.
He is the county judge.
Yeah, but he's got a point. How many young people are looking at Judge Sakai's
that's what I'm saying.
Social media.
I mean, how many old people are? I mean, it is one of those things. He is the county judge, but they've got to do more than just, we posted on social media. The effort just doesn't seem to be there. We were told the day the term sheet passed and we had the representative, Solano, from Spurs Sports Entertainment.
Yeah.
And he said, we're going to have this big push on education.
Well, I haven't seen it yet, other than flyers.
When? I mean, we talked about it the other day, and I got a text from a friend that said, well, he had this mailer today. I haven't received a mailer yet.
Well, I haven't either, and we do live in Bexar County.
Now, granted, I check my mail about once a week, and when I say I check it, sometimes it's me, sometimes it's the wife, and most things end up in the trash if it's, in an envelope or but my wife knows this is important to me. She would have saved that. So I haven't seen it to my house. You haven't seen it to your house.
No.
And, quite frankly, marketing 101.
Ledge hasn't either, he said.
Mailers went out with the 90s. So, I mean, where's the social media ads? Where's the targeted ads on your websites? Where's the billboards? I'm seeing that there's a place on Broadway where you can get a yard sign. I haven't even really seen a ton of yard signs.
Haven't seen either way, for that
now,
matter.
Art Garcia said he got a mailer last month. So I again, while I'm disappointed with the mayor's continued comments, I'm a little disappointed on those trying to get Project Marvel pushed through because I'm not seeing enough about it. I'm not saying, like, would I go to this event tonight? Probably not, but would I have liked to have known about it a while ago? Or maybe I would because
I would like to have gone to it.
I need more information.
Absolutely. No, I would love to go to it, actually. And maybe I will. What, it starts at 7 o'clock? Is that what you said? The whole, sorry.
I mean,
hey, maybe so.
This is why you've got to do more than just post it once because – I have said it now 3 times in 28 minutes, and Reinigle still has no idea when this thing is.
That's what happens, though. That's
6:30 to 8.
That's why you've got to hammer it home. You got to hammer it home, and that's what I mean. You have to, and you got to start now. And I don't care. We're less than 3 weeks away from early voting, and a lot of people are going to vote early on this thing. You just know that they're going to because that's what people do now. So you got to start now. Start hammering this home and get it out there. The mayor hasn't stopped.
No.
I mean, she's going out there. She's getting on. I mean, to me, that's disappointing.
Now, Michael Martinez says he's received 2 mailers at this point to vote yes to Prop A and B. Sam says he saw a commercial last Sunday saying vote yes for Prop A and B. So if they started running football or commercials during football games on Sunday, I didn't see any of those, but at the same time, I was out of town. And, quite frankly, depending on how you consume your football games, you may or may not be getting local advertising. So they've got to do more than just that. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Robert, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man? Robert.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yep. Turn down
You're
your
on
radio,
the air,
man.
buddy.
Yeah, I was just letting y'all know that in our neighborhood and around our neighborhoods, they had people driving around and walking the flyer mailer, whatever you call it, and putting it on doors. I just happened to be outside at the time, and so they handed mine. But they said there was at least 20 cars of people that were going around our area, not putting them in the mailbox, but putting them on the doors.
Interesting.
Interesting.
You know what it sounds like to me at this point is mailers are going to very specific zip codes, and I'm wondering what data they're using to pick those zip codes.
It doesn't make any sense.
No, I mean
we all live in Bexar County.
No,
we can all vote in this election.
But it is strategic. There might be something with voting there that if those were high zip codes for Gina Ortiz Jones, that they need to focus there. Maybe that's what they're doing right now. I don't know.
It needs to be a full city, full county blitz. I mean, my goodness, it doesn't matter. I mean, people need answers all over the place. I'm sure people in my neighborhood, not everybody's for this project. I'm sure there's people in your neighborhood that not everybody's for this project. So it doesn't matter. And if they're going to vote in the election, whether you voted in the last election or not, makes no difference. It's just you got to get the word out. And to me, the people that are for this project are falling way behind, and I just don't understand it.
I agree there, although, I mean, seeing how people have gotten 2 of them, I'm guessing right now it's very zip-coded out. For whatever data they're using, it's there.
Well, the mayor doesn't have that data because she's lacking data apparently everywhere, and she needs more data.
It's all about the
We
data.
need an independent study, Minix. Obviously, that's what the holdup is. That's the problem.
And revenue sharing.
Well, and revenue sharing.
Yeah, naming rights revenue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, Cowboy James on our YouTube page says there is a commercial on TV. I haven't seen it, but if there is, that's fantastic. I haven't seen it, though. And if you've seen it, Cowboy James, that's awesome. I haven't. Have you seen it, Minix?
I have not.
But, I mean, you got to go all different ways to reach people these days because not everybody's watching. And I hate to say it because all my friends in the TV business, yours as well, local TV, not everybody's watching that now.
No, it's so different.
It is different.
And again, Spurs, they were going to be all in, and it just reminds me of Jerry Jones.
Your definition of what is all in and mine might not be the same thing.
We got more people on the phone line, 656-3776, 656-ESPN. You want to take them now? Or
Yeah,
you wanna,
yeah.
Why not do it?
Michael, you're on the Blitz. What's up?
Hey, so yeah, I had commented on YouTube that I attended a meeting with, actually included Judge Sakai and RC and General Counsel.
So you said you were the mayor, right?
Yeah, I'm the mayor for the city of Sandy Oaks.
Now,
And,
Mike, hang on. I asked, email me from your official city email because I didn't read your comment. Just being honest, with trolls on YouTube, I don't know if you're real or not, right?
No, of course.
I did look up your picture on the Sandy Oaks website. It's the same one. But these people on our YouTube, and you see them, they could be smart. They could have lifted that picture and claimed something. So no offense, sir. I don't want to put that out there if unverified, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I can certainly send you an email. I'll look it up on your website.
Send me an email real quick from your official deal so we can kind of verify you, and then we can have this conversation on the other side.
Because I'd like to hear what you have to say.
I really do. I'm interested, but that's why I said send me an email first so we can kind of verify that.
Okay, and I might have missed that. So, yeah, I'll send you an email. I'll call you back in a little while.
All right, good deal. Perfect. Appreciate you. Pledge, get some info from him or give him my email because I don't know. Again, he wrote some interesting stuff on YouTube.
No, it's the right thing to do. We don't want to send out false information.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, call back if he's verified. We verify him. I want to hear what he has to say. I've seen his comments on our YouTube page, and I want to know that. I want to go to Bill. You want to take a break? Let's go to Bill.
Yeah, Bill, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, Jason and Joe. It's really crazy hearing the conversations and everything, and it's really kind of maddening that we're at this stage 2 or 3 weeks away from people making decisions. When you see elections going on, and this is the business that I happen to be in, and I'm not going to try to do an ad or anything, but you've got to have 12 to 28 impressions of the same image of what you're trying to get people to make a decision on before they'll even think about it. It can't be just a postcard. It can't be a billboard or just a TV ad or a radio ad or whatever it is. It's got to be constant blast of the same messaging over and over, or you're never going to get people. Exactly. And I am extremely disappointed and on the Spurs side that we have not seen more. I should be tired already of seeing stuff in my mailbox, stuff on my Facebook page, or when I go on the web, I should see ads on the side of these pages blasting this information out. There should be an FAQ page already posted somewhere. Go get the information that you need here. Don't listen to these people that are talking because you're getting so many different opinions, whether it be for or against. They got to really we're running out of time here. And it's going to get to a point. I've talked to 4 or 5 people. The first thing they tell me, I don't want my taxes raised.
There you go.
They don't even understand. They don't. They get this basic messaging from whether it be the Democrat side or whatever side, whatever their story is. Oh, that's what I remember last. It's top of mind. What kind of mood was I in when I heard that message? Am I even thinking about it? I have bills to pay. Shit, I don't want a new arena going in.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. You were going and going and going, and
that's good. I get it,
and I'm with you.
I get it.
And we just got a email confirmation from the mayor of the city of Sandy Oaks. So Michael, call back in, man. I'd love to hear what you have to say, and I'm glad you verified that and understand why we want to verify what you were saying.
The mayor of Sandy Oaks,
yes,
will join us next. Here on the Blitz on San Antonio Sports Star.
As it's Wednesday, you're thinking about football this weekend, starting with the game tomorrow night. It's October. Football is in full swing. Plus, you have baseball playoffs going on. Basketball is not around, but it's about football right now. And in baseball playoffs, your best place to go get in on the action, make your picks, and win money right here in Texas is on Underdog. And playing is easy. You just pick higher or lower on player stats. And, it could be rushing yards. It could be receptions, passing yards. Pro tip, not that you need this, but quite honestly, whoever the Cowboys are playing, their quarterback, go higher on passing yards because that has turned green in every game this year. Download the Underdog app. Sign up with promo code STAR to score $100 in bonus funds or entries when you play your first $5. Again, promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down!
It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle, and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right.
Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever. All you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat Is Right. Only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Hey, listen up, San Antonio. Many of the successes you've had began with a great opportunity. Now, here's another one. Get started on your degree or certificate in San Antonio. Choose from more than 135 degree and certificate programs, faster onboarding, and more from University of Maryland Global Campus. Get personalized local support services and take online or hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. Visit UMGC at San Antonio or umgc.edu/SATX.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
That guy pulled out in front of me out of nowhere. The police are on their way, but I'm really shaken up.
Don't worry. We're going to get you taken care of. You made the right call.
I'm Jeff Davis. If you've been hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck, call Davis Law Firm at 444-4444. We're ready to help day or night, and there's no fee unless we win.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as 1 day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Greatness is here. All 830 of our famous footwear stores now carry Jordan brand. So it's easy to score Jordan brand footwear and accessories, from hats to backpacks to socks, for the full family at a store near you. Famous Footwear's in-store fit experts will help you find the perfect style and the perfect fit. Because every day is a chance to make it famous. Come in and shop Jordan brand footwear and accessories at your local Famous Footwear store today.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday evening at 6:30, the Aggies take on the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Presented by Just Ponce. Pre-game at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, Jason, with all this talk about Project Marvel and Miss Ortiz Jones, we forgot we've got some great tickets to give away.
We didn't forget.
Well, we're giving them away now to Barbacoa and the Big Red Festival. You can win a pair of tickets to that. If you don't win them, you can always get your tickets at barbacoabigredfestival.com. But you can win a pair right now. All you have to do is call 656-3776, 656-ESPN, and be caller number
8.
All right.
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. That's going to be a great festival at Freeman Coliseum.
There you go.
Coming up October 10th and 11th, Freeman Coliseum. They got the big deal tonight at the Expo Hall that we just learned about, but you want to go hear from Judge Sakai and others about it, you can certainly do that. Now, earlier we had a guy on our YouTube chat that claimed to be the mayor of a small town, suburban town. He verified it, sent me an email, and it's legit. So let's talk to Michael here on the Blitz. So first off, tell us about your mayor of where.
Yeah, so it's a town called Sandy Oaks. It's just past 37 South and 1604, exit 122. About 6,000 people in the city, and I've been the mayor for about 4 years.
Congratulations.
So you wrote on YouTube that you had a meeting with RC and others, and again, I appreciate you verifying because, as you know, I want to make sure we're getting real, accurate information out, and without verification, what you were saying seemed pretty high-end level stuff that most people don't know. So what you wrote on YouTube, let's talk about it to the large radio audience.
Yeah, so the group of suburban mayors, right, all the little towns around surrounding San Antonio and in Bexar County, got together to meet with, RC, General Counsel, Judge Sakai, to talk about Prop A and Prop B, because their plan was to engage us, to engage our constituents, our supporters, our opponents, to vote for Prop A and Prop B, and about what it really entails and how it's really just a tourist tax, and how it's not going to affect the average, San Antonian or Bexar County resident, but it's going to affect the tourist in all parts, right? So that's why we got together. It was at the Rock at La Cantera. I mean, it was a good opportunity to just sit down and ask questions, and some people engaged they gave them their opinion. I pushed back on the revitalization of the East Side, and the explanation from my perspective was that it was never written, right? It was always just talked about. It was never a contractual agreement to invest on the East Side. And from what General Counsel said is the Spurs are willing to write that in, and are going to write that in, so that way the East Side, specifically around the AT&T Center, Frost Bank Center, will be an area that's up and coming, not only just what's downtown, what's planned for downtown.
So do you feel satisfied, Mr. Mayor, that this project is on the up and up? What the Spurs say is that they're going to do, and what's going to happen is what's going to happen?
I do. I felt really good. I mean, I think there was a lot of people in the room that believed in the Prop A and Prop B. that were going to go back and tell their constituents about it. And I mean, I think the Spurs haven't led us astray before. Neither has the judge. Neither has RC from that perspective. And so, I mean, I feel wholeheartedly to tell my residents that I agree with Prop A and B, and I think they should as well. I mean, it's going to drive business. It's going to drive revenue from a sales tax. It's going to drive revenue from a small business perspective, because that's the other part. They've agreed also to engage the local businesses to help put this thing together.
Michael Martinez here on the Blitz. He is the mayor of Sandy Oaks, which is a Bexar County city. One of I like the group of suburban mayors. It's like it got a fancy club name.
Exactly.
But you're obviously into city politics, right?
Yes, sir.
When you hear Mayor Gina Ortiz Jones speaking in the clips that we were playing earlier, you sit in a similar seat, obviously different size budgets and that sort of stuff, but mayors, when you're on the inside, you just have intel that the rest of us don't. What the hell is she talking about that she continues with these talking points that I look at that and I think she's full of crap? I mean, from mayor to mayor, do you listen to her thinking like I do, she's full of crap, or do you see where she's coming from because she's aware of issues that we don't know yet?
From her perspective, she's going to have more information than I would. So I can't really say that what she's saying is baloney, right? But from my perspective, I just don't understand where she's coming from, in a sense of it doesn't make any sense logically, right? Like, again, this is a sales tax increase. This is a hotel tax, a tourism tax increase, nothing to do with our local sales tax or anything like that. And so, while I may not have the same information as her, I just don't believe I don't believe what she's saying is factual or it's stretched, right? I don't want to call it fear-mongering because that's not what I want to do. But I do believe it's putting a taste in people's mouths that I can't combat, because she's got, the media, she's got a bigger platform to stand on. And it was a question that I asked, and, the response for me to give to my people was just tell them about what it's about, right? It's a tourism tax, has nothing to do with anything else, right? It's not going to affect the Sandy Oaken, right? It's not going to affect the Bexar County resident. It's not going to affect the San Antonio resident. More so, it's going to affect the tourists, the people that come in, year in and year out.
Well, and again, as Jason and I have been saying, Mayor, that, if you go downtown, you stay in a hotel, you're going to pay the tax. But that's the only way you're going to do it. I guess where I get out, and I don't want to lump politicians all in the same boat, because you certainly don't seem like that. But to go on a TV interview and say we're on the hook for this, people that don't know or not educated are going to think, well, that $311 million that we're going to vote on in November, I'm on the hook for that. My taxes are going to go up. And I just think it confuses people, and that's why I think factual stuff needs to come out so people understand exactly what it is they're going to be voting for.
Exactly, and I think that is definitely has to be the case, is that it's got to be just the facts, because unfortunately she does have a great platform, a big platform, with the city of San Antonio, and it's hard to combat, what she's saying, whether she's stretching the truth or being factual, right? Nobody can really combat that. Certainly not from my point, perhaps from this point, right? From the radio station that reaches, so many viewers or listeners. But yeah, it just has to be the reiteration of the facts, like as you said.
Michael, I got an interesting question. We're talking with Michael Martinez. He is the mayor of Sandy Oaks. You had there was a meeting with a group of suburban mayors. Now, this is going to be a Bexar County vote, and then, city of San Antonio at some point maybe, but hotel occupancy. Why did the Spurs engage suburban mayors to inform them, out of curiosity?
Sure. So again, Sandy Oaks resides within Bexar County, so we have a voice, and the other suburban towns, right, such as Converse or Kirby or Castle Hills or whoever they may be, are all within Bexar County, and so they have a voice as well. So it's not just inner city San Antonio within the loop or so on.
But what I'm saying, though, because they are Bexar County residents, but as a local city government, like Sandy Oaks has nothing to do with this project, but it's a matter of when you're in your neighborhood talking to somebody in your city, they ask you about it. They just wanted to make sure you're informed, even though Sandy Oaks, from a moving this forward part, the city itself of Sandy Oaks has nothing to do with this, but because you're the mayor there, they wanted to make sure all the local leaders were informed.
That is correct. Absolutely.
That makes sense.
Well, it benefits everybody. It's going to benefit everybody in Bexar County. So, I mean, for the mayor of any of the townships that are around San Antonio, it's going to benefit everybody because it's going to bring money in and yada, 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 all the things we've been talking about. So, I mean, do you agree with that statement, Mayor? I mean, your city will benefit from this in some form or fashion.
Absolutely, absolutely, because we have people that are employees of businesses that are going to work on it, right? We have residents that are going to go and visit the new stadium or the dome or the different events that are going to be held there. They're going to go visit the new, musician or band that's coming into town because we have something bright and shiny, whereas before we were surpassed. So yeah, it affects our town just as much as it's going to affect, San Antonio in itself.
Michael Martinez, mayor of Sandy Oaks, appreciate you jumping on, listening to the show and hearing stuff and saying, I got knowledge that these guys need to know and sharing that with our audience.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Sorry for the tough verification process, but,
No worries.
Yeah, appreciate you, Michael. Thanks for listening. Thanks for calling in. Michael Martinez, mayor of Sandy Oaks.
And I love that. And I love the fact that the Spurs did that. That's good to know that they're getting together with these with the mayors and the folks in these towns that are all around Bexar County, because it will make a difference. He said he had 6,000 citizens in his town. Well, that's 6,000 votes one way or the other, and then you've got all the rest that he mentioned. And there's so many. You just drive around San Antonio and you see different little towns within a big city, and so that is important. I'm glad to hear the Spurs have done that. And I hope we hear a lot more about that.
Absolutely. And the reality, and he mentioned concerts. My goodness. I mean, we're going to get another good concert venue that has good acoustics. Even if you're not Spurs fan, if you're a concert goer, another reason to vote for Prop A and B in November.
No question about it. Well, obviously, this conversation will not go away. We'll continue with it as it warrants itself. And we appreciate everybody listening tonight. Pledge, you got a show tonight? Extra Innings with Pledger is coming up next year on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Wake up with the fellas in the morning. Rob and AJ on the Morning Huddle. They get you started at 6 o'clock. And Jason and I, we got Stephen Jones coming on the show tomorrow. And that should be very interesting. What does he think about a tie? But we'll get you started.
Ties suck.
Well, they do. It's better than a loss, though, man. It's better than a loss. Glass half full, my friend. Thanks for listening. 2 o'clock tomorrow, The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Have a great night.
Riding I-10 with the Blitz.